Hello, everyone. We're back.
Hi, welcome back.
Hello.
We're continuing on in the Tomb of Annihilation. And at the end of last session, we made it about halfway through level 3, the Vault of Reflection, braving the terrible dangers, not so much from combat, but from the traps, with Zinhorn having a near miss, just narrowly escaping death at the cost of Obalaka in his head. And as the purple alien growth of the Beholder gathered around you, and the Beholder watched with its eye stalks tracking your every move, you made it about halfway through the level with minimal casualties before you decided to head back upstairs to the staff-only area of level 2 to take a well-deserved rest. And so, I would like to begin, as you have that rest, with Zinhorn. Please make a history check, Zinhorn.
History? Okay. Oh, that's a good start. That's a 16.
16? Nice. So, Zinhorn, during the rest, as you settle down, clear a space in Wither's office and begin to meditate, you let your mind drift and wander, perhaps willing it to escape from this terrible place, to find any sort of refuge from the almost permanent oblivion that you just suffered mere hours ago. And unbidden, what rises up in your mind is a memory of your past, a memory of Bakumura. You are but a child. You stand in the doorway between your bedroom and the main den of the small wooden swamp cabin that you and your family inhabit. You're listening in to the conversation between your parents and Fatari, the arch-druid who serves as the de facto ruler of the Bakumura. Your mother's voice is hushed, almost a whisper. But, Lord Fatari, we have no idea the extent of Rasnasi's power. It could be that if he intended as much, he could simply march into our swamp and crush us under heel. Fatari nods and says, "This is why I'm sending you to Mesro, with the hopes that perhaps, with allies standing beside us, we would be adequately protected against Rasnasi's onslaught. But, as I have been experiencing visions granted by beings that know what is to come to pass, I suspect more will be necessary. Your alliance with Mesro may benefit us for a time, but we need more adequate protection against Rasnasi. That's why, after you leave, I will be enacting the ancient rites to poison the swamp to outsiders and ensure that none can cross our borders." Your mother gasps, and she says, "But Lord Fatari, you don't have the power alone to sustain such a spell, not unless you..." Fatari cuts her off and says, "The beings that can see what is to come to pass have granted me with the knowledge of another way. Rather than using my own life energy, the druids of our village would willingly donate theirs." And your mother cuts him off and says, "Please, don't say such things. Well, I'm sure the inhabitants of our village would willingly throw away their lives. Let's not discuss such terrible things. Let us wait and see what the King of Mesro, what the Chosen of Uptow are to say. Perhaps Vatari cuts her off again and says, I already know how things are to come to pass. I feel that this is the necessary way, as much as I wish it weren't so. Zinhorn, you blink. You are once again in Wither's office, back in the present, allowing the implications of your memory to work themselves out in your mind. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
So he foresaw what was going to happen, and he sent them off.
Sent them off to Mesro to gather an alliance, but seems to feel that this would, in the end, result in nothing beneficial for the Bakumora, and seemed to have set his mind on a darker, perhaps more dramatic course of action.
So, did he know what was going to happen in Mesro, or was he just saying what was going to happen in general?
You never got... You puzzle it over in your mind, and you're not quite sure what exactly he meant. Did he foresee what was to happen in Mesro, or was he simply speaking generally? And what of these beings that gave him this knowledge? As far as you were aware, the druids of your homeland worshipped Uptow, like most of the other civilizations of Mesro. There were no multiple beings, no plurality, it was just Uptow, so who or what was he conferring with?
Was there anything in the vision, like in the background, like any pictures on the wall, anything that would give hint of something other than what druids would normally have?
No, not that you can recall. Your house was decorated with monuments to Uptow and artworks and trinkets depicting the salamanders that people of Bakumora lived alongside, did everything with, but there was nothing in the memory to suggest that there was worship of any other entity. Perhaps this would explain the concern in your mother's voice as she argued with Vatari.
Binhorn's just over in a corner, just druid crafting while he thinks. Sure, like there's a full like little flower bed right in front of him out of nowhere.
Yep, and something to honor his parents, who he just had the clearest memory of in perhaps centuries. So we now switch over to Alessander, or Bobbin, who I believe is currently in control of the body, as M2 had some stuff that he wished to do during this rest period.
Yes. Very briefly before everyone was going to bed, Bobbit basically, well, both Alessander and Bobbit decided with all the crap that they've been finding so far and stuff they might find to come. Basically just, Bobbit goes over to like wherever they're staying in the room and just starts unloading stuff out of her pockets. Spends like a good 5-10 minutes just going through each pocket, just pulling out stuff one at a time, just bits and pieces, there's like sacks of bullets, there's, the random candle that she found, keys, literally just throwing stuff out, like bags of more black powder, the Goblin War mask, pretty much everything that isn't like spell scrolls and potions and the stuff that she wants to, the cursed stuff or the magical stuff that she wants to attune to. So it's just literally just, unlike Zinhorn, who has like a lovely flower bed in front of him while he's dealing with what he's dealing with, there's just a monument of just absolute garbage of everything Alessander's picked up or Bobbit's picked up. Just this is gunpowder, there's this scroll of communication, put that back in, just pulls out like a small library's worth of books, Pulls out a random gold trophy and goes, "Oh, yeah, that's from the dino race. Yeah, if I still have the other one. Oh, right, silver. Ow."
Yes,
And after dealing with all of that, pretty much just kind of sits quietly and breathes to herself for a little bit until everyone else has gone to sleep, I'm guessing. Or Zinhorn's meditating, everyone else is asleep.
Deep in meditation. Everyone else eventually goes to sleep, though, judging by the pained whimpers they make, they are troubled by nightmares.
Yes, however, whilst moving all the other stuff around, she also, while reading, was taking the time to attune to the black skull necklace that she picked up from Withers.
Yes.
And looking around the room, basically looks around, makes sure everyone's asleep, and decides to give it a test run.
Oh god, I hope you end up in the fucking Beholder's room.
No, I can choose where I go, thank you very much. I can only go to places that I can see.
Ends up in the Beholder's room.
Yep.
Aha, funny, adorable, moving along. So, from where we are in the room, the hallway with the tridents.
Yes.
Can
Cut off
I reach that from here?
Cut off by the curtain of water. Indeed, you can reach it. It is within 100 feet from here.
So she's first going to make herself invisible just in case anyone catches wind of what she's planning. And whilst invisible, we'll first creep over to where Onyx is sleeping.
And what are you planning to do?
Well, as we recall from the last episode, a certain someone found a holy symbol that she was interested in and got told flat out that she wasn't allowed to have. That counts as a challenge.
Of course.
So, while he's asleep, and I'm guessing he just sort of has it in the bag, I'm guessing I have to roll a stealth or sleight of hand on that one.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check with advantage, because he is asleep.
Sleight of hand. That's a 15.
15. Later on, when he awakens, he will have the opportunity to detect it's gone, and he will have to beat 15 to notice. So as Onyx moans and snorts in his sleep, you creep over his body to his bag, and you begin rifling through it, and there you see it, the holy symbol of Bahamut, the golden draconic face with pearls for eyes. You reach in and take it.
I take a very brief moment to just simply stick her tongue out at Onyx while he's asleep, and then I'm going to take the Black Skull amulet for a test ride.
Yep. You place your hand over the Black Skull amulet, envision the water hallway in your mind, and teleport. Please roll a D100.
No, I have to roll Constitution
first.
Yes,
you do have to roll a
that was the rules.
Yes, you do.
Yes, D6, 16 DC con save.
Constitution save, that's the one.
Alrighty. Please don't fry me off the bat. That is exactly a 16.
Okay, no ill effect. As you clasp your hand around the amulet, suddenly you feel running water lapping against your feet and ankles, and you are standing in the northern part of the watery hallway. The weapons and tridents still gleaming on the wall, just waiting for someone to take them.
We took all the tridents.
Well, you didn't take the second set that was in the northern hallway.
Oh, there was a second set in the northern hallway?
It was, yes, to allow you to pass back through the curtain, which is why I assumed you were keeping them there, but Bobbit decided she wants to take all of them.
I
missed when you explained.
So, I'm assuming, am I still invisible despite
You're still
teleporting?
invisible, yes.
And just still looks down, makes sure she's still invisible, makes it literally is because she knows exactly what this thing does, is sort of checking over herself quietly, does a small jump for joy, and then starts quietly moving the tridents off the wall and putting them into her coat pockets one by one.
So as you begin to remove the tridents from the wall, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Oh. Hooray. My worst skills. 12.
12. Just enough. As you remove the first trident off the wall and stow it into your bag of holding, you hear, somewhere to the north, the sound of a stone door opening, followed by the thick, echoing footsteps of something moving down the hallway towards
The second I hear that, I'm going to very quietly walk up the wall and hide on the roof. Because I don't know what that is and want nothing to do with it.
You finish putting away the trident, and you immediately run to the nearest wall and hide up on the roof. And then you wait. The footsteps grow louder and louder as whatever is coming from the north slowly gets closer to your location. And then you see it as it steps into the water. You see its back turned to you. The figure from the font room.
Oh, fuck, it got out.
The creature that almost brought Zinhorn to his death, and indeed would have if he did not have Obalaka. Its back still turned to you. It makes its way into the watery hallway, moves about halfway down the hallway, mere feet from where you are on the roof, and still its back turned to you. It begins to look around, left to right, up and down, scanning the room with its deformed, twisted face. Every time its gaze moves towards your direction, you close your eyes shut so you don't stare at its face. I'd like you to make a stealth check with advantage, please.
Okay. That's a 22.
A 20.
I'm not celebrating because I know how checks go in this place.
You sit there on the roof as still as possible, your eyes shut tightly. The creature, the thing, whatever it is, continues scanning for you. You can hear what sounds like laboured, rattling breathing coming from it. As it slowly looks around, this continues on for what seems like hours, though in reality is mere minutes. And then, seemingly satisfied, begins to slowly step back the way it came. Moves back into the hallway to the north, and a few minutes later you breathe a sigh of relief as you hear the sound of the stone door being pulled shut once again.
This might have been my best idea ever. Okay, so after gives it another minute, just cuddle up on the roof, and then just very slowly climbs back down, grabs the rest of the tridents, and decides to return to the others to make sure that no one's noticed that she's gone.
Yep, so you snatch the rest of the tridents off the wall and then clasp your hands around the Black Skull amulet once again. Please roll your Constitution save.
Okay. Oh dear. That's a 12.
Okay, go. Please roll a D100.
Oh then. Potential backfire. Oh, nice. 69.
69.
Noise.
Perhaps
I'm gonna
appropriate to this number, you find yourself standing once again in Wither's room, but you're feeling quite cold. A draft of wind buffets you. You look down and realise you are wearing nothing but the amulet of the Black Skull.
Oh, damn it!
You're right.
Bobbit literally just sits there and goes, crap! Just without even looking at anyone else or caring if anyone else is asleep.
You quickly, you shout, "Oh, crap," and then rush out of the door. Rush into the room where the tomb dwarves took their off hours, grabbing tattered cloths and torn bits of rags off the tables, wrapping them around yourself, fashioning them into a very ill-fitting set of clothing. And by the time you return to Wither's office, everyone else is well and truly aroused from their sleep.
Well, someone looks a little different.
But isn't saying anything, just looking very sheepish and very concerned about our current situation.
So I will...
Just sits over with his thing, not even looking at her. Just knows it's because he kind of saw her run out.
So I will clarify that Bobbit/Alessander, you are carrying nothing. All of your possessions are gone. You don't know where. And as Onyx awakens, I'd like Onyx to make a perception check, please.
Yeah, you watch, this will be his nat 20 for the fucking day.
Come on, kitty dice. Nah, that's a 1. That's 3.
Yep, so, yeah, you're probably 2
Oh, what about passive perception? I've got it.
What's your passive
what's your
perception?
11.
11, no.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to beat 15. So perhaps you're too distracted by Bobbit waking
Too busy
everyone.
laughing at her.
Yeah, waking up seemingly having lost all of her possessions, wearing ill-fitting rags that you don't think to check your pack. And if you do, you don't notice that the symbol of Bahamut is gone. Meanwhile, Ava is just looking over at Bobbit with a look of concern on her face and says, "Is everything okay, my baby?" And Sir Lucian just exchanges looks with Onyx and says, "Serves yourself right for going off on your own."
Wait, Bubba didn't say she went off on her own yet. Oh, whoops.
Sir
I agree
Lucian
with Sir
nods.
Lucian. Serves you right.
Sir Lucian just nods and says, "I rest my case."
Right, everybody, we've got a floor to clear.
Yep. Bobbit has her spells, but nothing else.
He doesn't even have a spellcasting focus.
No. Nice spellcasting. Well, actually, if I don't have anything, technically I wasn't attuned to the Black Shard amulet. I could have pulled that out with the rest of my junk.
Yeah, all the junk that you left behind is still here, but everything else is gone. So you still, you weren't attuned. You did unattune to the amulet that is your spellcasting focus. So that you are luckily still able to use.
Just seeing the black skull around her neck, just going, "This is bad. This is bad. That was all my good stuff." Just
So
casually
is,
listening while there's a certain frog probably in her head yelling at her right now.
Yeah. Nang Nang's just going, "You fool! All that wealth gone. Now we have to start the palace fund again."
I'm sure it's not like gone. Maybe it's somewhere else, so we just have to find it.
Meanwhile,
So
in
does
Onyx's head, Wongo is just laughing and saying, "Serves the little wealth right. We should bash her to the ground right here and now to punish her for her audacity, and she won't be able to defend herself."
And I say back to Wongo in my head, "Yeah, but now she's defenseless. That's like punishment enough. She has to live with that."
"Suit yourself. To me, this calls for a display of might. Might makes right."
So does someone wish to explain where they went off to on their own? And why they came back with less than what they left with?
Fine. Bubba tried using the points to the skull amulet. Bubba tried using the thing to go back to that room with all those tridents, because actually, yeah, she gets about halfway through the explanation, and Alessandra just takes over and just goes, "Okay, I don't think we need any more childish ramblings. I'll take it from here. Do you have any idea how annoying it is having not one but two voices in your head demanding that you steal everything of value that's not nailed to the floor?
My voice is still like that.
Yeah. Your previous voice would have not had any part of it. Your current voice simply says, well, it was unplanned. That I can admire. Be impulsive. Keep on guessing. That's how you win.
So,
oh, pardon me.
After I've been listening to that insufferable frog rambling in my head ever since we had to give up all that money to pay off that annoying skull. Thought that room full of magical tridents, usually magical items like that, weapons like that, fetch a decent price. We thought maybe if we freed up some space, we could take them with us. I will admit this was not part of the plan at all, and I now seem to have to try and find all of our things again. But if nothing else, puts on the Dark Shot amulet, at least it's not a complete loss, snaps her fingers and casts mage armor on herself. Not entirely undefended, but this will be very annoying. Hopefully it's all in the same place, if nothing else.
So what exactly did you lose? Onyx asks.
Again, Bobbit comes back in and is basically like, well, there was her stuff, all of her stuffs, money, all of her potions she had in her pockets. Oh no, my flute was in my pockets. I left that in there because I thought it would bring me luck. And the tridents I picked up, plus the one, oh no, wait. Looks over and just sees like the one or two on the wall that Onyx refused to take off. It going, no wait, still got those ones. There was, no, took her armor off. The scroll of that scroll that we were using to communicate with the people outside. All of her other spell scrolls. Alessandra, did we? Just sort of pauses and just stops talking and looks at Onyx and goes back to trying not to make eye contact with him.
So I will just say that...
Can I insight?
You can make an insight check, and I will just say that as per the description of the magic item, your possessions are transported to a random point of the DM's choice within 100 feet of where you teleported.
Which is great. They can be fucking anywhere, both above and below.
Yep.
I got a 15 in insight.
Yep.
Do I have to roll anything for that, or do I just tell him what he can see with 15?
You just tell him what he can see.
This is Bobbit. She is definitely hiding something.
What else did you lose, child?
Fine. I took your stupid thing that you wouldn't let her take yesterday. The dragon thingy.
Yep, you definitely deserve this, and I walk to the door and wait for everybody.
I like Bolt better than him.
Wow.
Wait, and just sort of stops and goes, wait, no, Bolt would have yelled at me too.
Ava's just looking over with folding her wings together, with giving you a look that's, the look that says that she's not angry at you, just disappointed.
Bobbit's gonna find her stuff. Allie, do you want to switch places? Nope, she's not answering. Oh, good, she's meant to.
Xenon just goes over to Bobbit and goes, well, this is unfortunate, but next time you're going off plan, let me know.
Bobbit was only going to be gone. Bobbit was only gone like a few minutes. Well, she would have been back quicker if... And just looks really scared at Xenon going, that thing that was in the room, it goes for walks.
Zinhorn goes back to his corner and just...
in your head, Bobbit, Moa just says, I must agree with your companions, a fitting punishment for not being truthful.
I'm
Zin
sorry,
just
I had
says-
to step away for half a second. What was that?
Moa, in your head, Moa just says, I must agree with your companions. A fitting punishment for not being truthful.
Bobbit wasn't lying. She just didn't tell them she was going really quickly. If Bobbit told them, they'd all tell her to stay put.
Zinhorn just
Exactly
says
right,
he,
child.
Zinhorn used to be very cautious, but now seeks random adventure.
Yeah, Zinhorn's down
Well,
even if that thing is
yeah.
there. So,
Well, what could be more random than finding all of Bobbit's stuff?
yeah, so you got a random adventure now that you have to go on. So, from here, there are two ways down to level 3, the Vault of Reflection. You could take the staff-only staircase, or
Before we move anywhere,
Yep.
was any of the stuff that Bobbit had magical?
Yes, some of it was.
A large number of the code itself. That pretty much all my stuff was in.
That was magical, yes.
So Zinhorn
Yeah.
goes, if you would bear me 10 minutes, I can perform a detect magic ritual to see if anything of your stuff is within 30 feet of where we are, and it lasts for 10 minutes so we can go for a walk.
Okay.
Because was it 100 feet from where he transferred from, or to, or
You don't know. It could
what,
be.
no?
But
Well,
in the background, Sir Lucian is just saying, I say we let her find it and stumble upon it ourselves, but knowing that our survival depends on her having her stuff, go ahead to cast the ritual.
just in case it's nearby.
So Zinhorn casts a detect magic ritual, and you detect no magical items within 30 feet of here, but your spell is kept active, so maybe you might detect the magic items as you venture through this level. So,
Because
Yep.
this was the one I definitely apart from the instant death, this was like the one I definitely didn't want.
yeah.
So kudos. So of course that would be the one I rolled. Awesome. Worth it. Fuck it. Let's go.
So, would you like to take the staff-only staircase down, or would you like to descend through the main stairwell, which is how you got up here in the first place?
I feel like we need to go back to the main stairwell.
Yes, that's fair enough. So you...
Onyx is just
Yep.
following impatiently because he knows that to survive he does need the others.
Yes, and he also does need Bobbit to find her stuff.
Dumb question.
Yep.
We've basically confirmed for most of this time that Blinky's been essentially living in like
the
hiding
coat.
in her coat,
Yeah,
right?
because
Would he
Blinky's...
have gone with it?
Yeah, he's gone. You could summon him if you could cast...
No. Can I communicate with him? Because
Yeah,
if I'm capable of communicating, it says if your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically.
Yes, you can.
So if I can
communicate
communicate with it, I could hopefully find out where it is.
Yeah, as
Genders,
you make
gays,
your way, as you make your way towards the main staircase, begin to climb down. Bobbit shuts her eyes as she communicates with Blinky/Blinkette. Blinkette is frightened. She tells you that 1 second she was having a nice peaceful sleep in the folds of your coat when suddenly a great deal of force rocked the coat, jostled her awake, shifted her from pocket to pocket, and you seemingly disappeared.
Bobbit is sorry. She probably should have warned you before we started doing that. Where did you end up? Please tell Bobbit. Bobbit is scared.
Blinky says that she can't exactly tell you where she is because the moment she tried to crawl out of the coat, she detected what she simply describes as Big Blinky ducked back into the coat.
All of my stuff in there. Great. Well, yeah. Everyone else just sees Bobbit just goes, stay put, stay out of sight, please. Please stay safe. It's just these Bobbit just sort of stop walking and just look absolutely devastated. Oh! Wow, randomly chosen by the DMI fucking ass.
Because you knew I'd put it in there.
You just see Bobbit just looking really, really upset. I mean, she was already upset with lots of stuff going, oh. And then almost instantly Alessandra takes over and takes over, because it's like, okay, that's enough of those antics for today. Oh, dear. Well, good news, everyone. I now know where all of my stuff is.
And?
Well, you know how there's a beholder somewhere on this floor?
Yes.
Yes, that would be the bad news.
Okay, so...
Well, you better help me get our stuff back, because I had two of those little stone blocks. Thank you, Dale. Thank you so much. And
I love you so much.
I'm not saying that we should... I know everyone's going to be like, fuck me, and let's not get the stuff back, but I had two of those little beholder eyes we were meant to be searching for in my coat, so...
Yes. Well,
yeah.
through some... Yeah, that is correct. Luckily, there are more than 8 on the level, because some of them are quite hard to find, but yeah, you now have to find... Instead of finding 3 more, you now have to find 5 more, so... So you have several places to go as you emerge in the main hall, in the main corridor. The purple mold covering most of the balcony, and as you descend down into the balcony, you see 10, 20 little eye stalks poking out of the purple moss, watching you descend. All of them seemingly focused on Bobbit. And
Bobbit, noticing this, immediately goes invisible.
As you reach the balcony, the ice stalks jiggle as if laughing, and then sink back down into the moss. Where would you like to go? You have a completely unexplored passageway to the west. Otherwise, down to the south, you have the room with the wooden platforms. And you also have a crawl space in the southernmost water hallway that you haven't yet checked out.
I'm not voting for anything. I've done all the damage I'm going to do today.
You say that now.
Well, yeah. Yes. Laugh it up, Fuzzball.
Can Onyx just poke his head around the corner and look down the hallway down here?
Sure.
Just to see if he can poke his head.
I'd like you to make a stealth check, please.
Yep, there we go, of course.
I can do that. I now have plenty of stealth.
Yeah, you have stealth for fucking weeks.
Oh, that's a natural 20, so that would be a 30 for stealth.
Okay, so Zinhorn pokes his head around
and disappears.
Corner, and Zinhorn, you see a wide hallway. The floors, just like everywhere else in this place, covered with the alien mold grown by the beholder. In the hallway itself, you see... where's room 41 in the book? There we go. 2 hulking figures stand in alcoves along this long hall, facing each other. Armor is bolted to their flesh, and they wear bucket helms and spiked gauntlets. Iron collars around their necks are connected by a spiked chain that stretches across the corridor. At the end of the corridor, you see double stone doors, and there is also another smaller hallway that branches off to the north, about halfway down. The 2 tomb guardians have not detected your presence.
Being invisible. That's all I'm doing until I get my shit back.
I'll sort of come back around and explain what I see to the others.
So, you know that there are tomb guardians ahead. You'll likely have to face them if you make your way down this corridor. Where would you like to go?
Well, there's plenty of places we need to go down here by the looks of it, so...
I do not want to change that. Would I be able to cast Hypnotic Pattern right in front of them?
Yes, you can. That would start combat, though. Because it could fail.
That's true. Let me look up Hypnotic Pattern again.
So they would need to make a wisdom save, and if they fail, they become charmed for the duration of the spell.
Incapacitated. Incapacitated has a speed of 0. It's a wisdom saving throw. What's my pass? A 16. If everyone was ready, would we get a surprise round if it failed? Or would they get a surprise round if it failed?
No one would get a surprise round, except for Bobbin, who would be invisible.
Would my stealth help me with that?
Well, no, your stealth has helped you to know that they're there, and if you'd like to attack them now, you could get a surprise round.
I just realized that without my headbanded intellect, my intelligence is back down to like 15. Just leave me.
Poor Bobbin.
I don't even have a stick to hit people with anymore.
What did you do to my Bobbit?
I lost all my stuff.
We didn't do anything to Bobbit.
This was all me. I took a gamble. I lost.
Bobbit stole from me and then decided to be reckless.
Bobbit decided to go off on her own to get treasures that the party left behind, and ended up triggering the curse on her black skull amulet, which made all of her stuff teleport to the Beholder's room.
Yup.
Okay.
Do you want to go back to bed now? Because we won't blame you.
I described Ava as giving her a look that suggested she was not angry at Bobbit, just disappointed.
That's accurate, yeah. Alright.
No.
Okay,
Worth it.
So Zinhorn, not wanting to go along with plans, is going to cast Flameblade and charge towards Tomb Guardian 2.
Alright, very well. I'd like you all to roll for initiative, please.
I was gonna ask some questions.
You can ask some questions.
Can Bobbit use weapons?
Yes.
Simple weapons, yes.
Simple weapons, yes.
Fine, I have magic. Thankfully, I kept one of my spell focuses with the rest of my stuff in the room. So I can at least do spells. I'll just stay out of melee range until I get my stuff back.
Yep. And
What
you've
are
got mage
simple
armor.
weapons again?
So clubs, staves, daggers.
Short swords, I believe.
No, not short
No.
swords.
Lurks,
No?
martial, or finesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or martial and finesse.
Yeah.
Dagger, great club, hand axe, javelin, light hammer, mace, quarterstaff, sickle, spear, or a club.
That's correct. And she does have
Fine, I will
mage
just-
armor.
Yeah, so I got that at least. So I'm not completely defenseless. I'll just stay at the back.
Yeah, cast spell, stay out of melee range. You should be okay.
I could just hide on the roof and throw spells at people. I'll be okay for
Could.
now.
So, yes, I would like everyone to roll for initiative, and you will be getting a surprise round.
9.
9.
22.
Wow.
Doesn't matter, Zinhorn's gonna go first.
Yeah, Zinhorn will go first.
25.
Yep.
Wow, low roll, huh, buddy?
Yeah, I got a 14.
Oh, you poor thing. I rolled a 19 to get that, to get 3 underneath you.
So, yeah, Zinhorn, you're up first. You charge to Tomb Guardian 2 with Flame Blade.
Yep. And That is a 16 to hit.
Unfortunately, your flame blade bounces off its plate armor and doesn't hit. But Aijin's voice in your head whispers, "I like this plan." And
What plan, I say back?
Exactly!
It is now Alisander's turn.
Yeah. Well, still invisible. We're already in the hallway, aren't we?
Yep.
No, wait.
No, you're not.
Nope.
You're still invisible.
Okay, well, good. Well, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. So take 20 to get to about here.
Yep.
If I go like on the wall or can I get onto the roof from here if I with my
won't be
15
able to-
feet of movement I still
15
have?
feet, you'll get close to the roof, 5 feet
Well,
away
okay.
from it. So you can climb
That's
up onto
fine,
the
I'll head
wall.
up there and then I will throw a firebolt at Guardian number 1.
Go ahead, you've got advantage.
Hooray! Okay, that's 12 plus... I should remember the freaking number. Tell myself this every single week. No, 12 plus 9, so that's 21. So I'm imagining that hits.
Yep, that's a hit. Roll damage, double it, because they're weak to fire.
That's why we're doing firebolts. Or 10, so that's 20 points of fire damage. And
20 points.
because I did an attack, I'm not invisible anymore,
Yep.
but I'm still towards the roof.
Both of the Tomb Guardians have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of their next turn. Furthermore, because they are chained together, the damage you deal gets divided equally amongst both of them, so 10 damage to each.
Huh.
As your firebolt heats the chain that binds both of them together, and they both groan in obvious discomfort. It is
That's a new
now
one.
Ava's turn.
Okay. I can't use 2 spells in a round, can I?
I don't think you can, no.
Even if one's a bonus and one's an action?
Well, you can. Yeah, you can
Actually,
then.
You can do that.
Yeah,
That one you
you
can.
Okay. Alright, I will move somewhere where I can see them.
Yep, so you're just to the end of the stairs.
I'll dispel number 1.
No, that's Helmhar's, I think.
Well,
and
actually,
you're
you guys
thinking of
haven't
there.
tried to use the spell magic on these. You don't know what will happen.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. We haven't tried that. Okay, never mind if you guys said that.
Yep.
Carry on.
So you cast a spell magic on Tomb Guardian 1. Tomb Guardian 1 begins to rattle, obviously feeling some sort of force, and he's going to make a con save, which he passed with a 23.
Motherfucker.
Yes, so unfortunately he is still animate, but a couple patches of armor fall off his body, reducing his armor class.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
I will cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action.
Lovely.
On number 1.
Number 1. It is Sir Lucian's turn. Sir Lucian charges past you up to Tomb Guardian 1, and he goes to hit it with his sword. So that is D20 plus 11. That is a non-nat 20, so he hits. He deals 12 points of damage to it, which is divided equally, so 6 points of damage to both. He goes again, he hits, and deals another 6 points of damage to both Guardians.
Solid.
It is now Onyx's turn.
Onyx is going to run up to the other side of, to just in front of Ava,
Yep.
and he's going to cast Chaos Bolt at Tomb Guardian. Actually, at both Tomb Guardians, because he's going to use Twinned Spell.
Yep.
Ooh.
So now I have 5 sorcery points, so 2d20s. Let's see here. Oh, pardon me. That's a 19 on Tomb Guardian 1 and a 22 on Tomb Guardian 2.
They are both hits.
Okay, I need another d8. Where the fuck? There it is. Okay, let me get up the spell so that I actually know what the table is. Okay. So I rolled a double 3,
Yep.
which is fire.
Yep.
Oh shit!
So more
I got
fire.
incredibly lucky here,
Yep,
which
that
is
means it
really
doubles.
weird. So altogether, that was 8 points of damage. Do I use the same roll for both of the spells, or do I need to roll again for the second spell?
Same roll.
Okay, so both take 8 points of fire damage, but then both of those spells bounce to another enemy.
Oh
Yes. So yeah, another
Because
8.
Headless Bolt, when it doubles, it leaps.
Yep. So 16
need
points
to-
of fire damage.
Yeah, I need to actually roll again to see if it hits when it
Yes,
jumps.
go ahead. Yep.
So rolling for both. That is a 23 and... Oh, 2 23s actually.
Yeah, so they both hit. They both hit.
What is
and
with your dice?
I'll roll
I like
the...
this being double.
It's these Witcher dice
And I'll
that
roll the damage again.
keeping him alive.
Oh shit, I just rolled a double 4.
Oh,
Which is
fuck's
Which is fucking force. So that's 4, 8,
Wait,
14 force damage.
Oh, that was a lot
Um,
of damage.
If you roll the same number on both d8s, the chaotic energy leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice within 30 feet of it. Make
Yes,
a new
it
attack roll
bounces
against the
again.
target.
Oh, wow.
Creature can be targeted only once by each casting
Oh,
spell.
okay, no, so it doesn't
So
So it
bounce.
only bounces once. Okay,
damn.
that would have been a bit...
It just kept going.
Okay, so there goes all of my luck for this session.
I mean, it lasted longer than mine.
Okay, so it is.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to use a bonus action. I'm just...
Yep, you're done.
Yep.
It is
Yep.
Zinhorn's turn again.
Alright, well, he's seeing all of this stuff happening, and he's like, I'm getting in on this, and goes again with his flame blade.
Yep, it's Tomb Guardian 2. Go ahead.
It's 26.
That's a hit this time.
Yay, and 3d6. That's 4, 5 is 9, and 3 is 12 points of fire damage.
12 points of fire damage. Nice.
Doubled.
Yeah, 24. Slash, you cut away some of the patchwork armor. Both of these Tomb Guardians are looking quite beaten up at this point. Probably because you got the drop on them.
Then the vines are saying that they want to get in on the action as
Yep,
well.
so you're going to swing
I'll
with
be
your
right
vines.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
And who am I to go against?
Yeah, who are you to go against what they want?
That is a 14 plus 4. There's 18.
18. That is on Tomb Guardian 2, a hit. Roll the damage.
Yay! Go the vines. D10. That's an 8. There's a 10. That is 7 points of damage.
Nice. It is now Alessandra's turn.
Okay, well, Firebolt seems to be working right now. I will move directly onto the roof, though.
Yep.
Just
You're on the
tied
roof
up there
now.
in my
Yep.
yeah, just tied up there in my rags. And Firebolt again. That is with advantage a 28 to hit.
Yep, that hits Tomb Guardian 2. Go ahead, roll the damage.
Wonderful. That is 5 and 6, 11. So 11 times 2 is 22.
22, nice. Tomb Guardian 2 looking quite close to death as it struggles to stay on its feet. It is now the enemy's turn. So Tomb Guardian 1 will attack Sir Lucian, and how they work chained together is that when one of the Guardians attacks, any Guardian it's chained to gets to attack as a bonus action. So it's first going to attack Sir Lucian, and that will be... It is unable to hit Sir Lucian even once with its multi-attack. However, the other one gets a bonus attack on Zinhorn. And one of those was a 19, the other was a 15.
Both miss because I now
Yes.
have an AC of 24.
That is
Jesus
correct.
Christ.
Tomb Guardian
Everyone's just
2...
laughing.
Tomb Guardian 2 then attacks Zinhorn with its normal multi-attack. And that is a 21 and a nat 20.
Yikes.
So one misses, one hits, so the nat 20 hits. Zinhorn, you take 32 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 12 points of piercing damage, so
32
44 points of damage altogether.
Does Zinhorn have any fancy armor?
He does not have anything that resists criticals, no.
Oh.
Then Tomb
No,
Guardian 1 gets its bonus attack at Sir Lucian, and with disadvantage, it only hits him once with a 26. So Sir Lucian takes 11 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 8 points of piercing damage, so 19 points of damage altogether for Sir Lucian. It is now Ava's turn.
Alright. I will go attack Tomb Guardian 1.
Yep, gonna run up and hit him with your sword, or are you gonna shoot an arrow? Yep, alright.
No, I'm gonna hit him. Sorry.
His armor class has dropped from 17 to 16, by the way, because of your failed dispel magic.
Alright. I am scrolling up to where I need to see things.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Alrighty. So first attack. That is 12 plus 9.
That's a hit.
So
Roll your
21.
damage.
Okay. Where's the bot?
The bot is in Milo's
'Cause
lucky dice.
I couldn't be fucked mathing, so let's see. So 1d8 plus 5.
9 points of damage.
1d4.
Yep. So 12 points of damage plus your favored foe. 1d6, your favored foe.
Yeah, just a sec. I'll do the poison.
Oh yeah, you're poison, that's right, because he's not immune to that. So 7, ooh, nice.
And the 1d6.
D6, only 1. Okay, so half of that is divided to the other Tomb Guardian. And he is still up, so go ahead, make another attack.
Alright, so offhand. So does the Hunter's Mark count for offhand?
It does, but it only activates on the first attack per round.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay, yeah, so it counts. It counts anytime you hit him then.
Yeah. Alright, well, if I hit it, so 1d20.
Every session we slingshot between the two.
What?
Don't worry.
We were every session when Remy was playing your character, we couldn't quite agree on whether it hit every time or not, so we kept slingshotting between the two. Because we couldn't be bothered looking it up.
I nat one.
You nat one. So you weren't able to hit him. Oh, that sucks. But it's okay, you still get another attack.
Yep. And this one is plus 9. I added the wrong thing to that one. There we go, 21.
That's definitely a hit. Go ahead, roll your damage.
So it's 1d8 plus 5. And then 1d10. And then 1d6. There we go.
Nice. Okay, so we divide that damage between both of the Tomb Guardians as you slash. The chain binding them together snaps. They both roar in pain as they go down. 2
Nice.
kills for the price of 1 is yours.
Ding, ding, ding.
Combat
I go back to the back.
You go back to the back. Combat is now over. The hallway is clear, and you are free to move on.
Woo!
Sweet. Ava is relaxing now.
Yep, Ava is relaxing after...
Onyx
Yep.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say Onyx would like to stick his head around the corner, looking up the
Up the
hallway to
corridor,
the north.
Yep. So, Onyx, you peek around the northern corridor, and you detect at the end of it what appears to be some kind of tomb. You can see a large open room at the end, and right at the very back of that, what looks like a stone sarcophagus. Meanwhile,
Okay.
Zinhorn, with your passive perception, you notice embedded into the southernmost wall a secret door. Here.
Secret tunnel.
Oh, I have all 3 uses of my Gem of Seeing again. Nice.
Dude.
Sander is not saying anything. It's just wordlessly walking along the roof behind everyone else. just holding onto her rags for the most part,
Yep.
because this is just
She has
just
to wear
barefoot.
his
Yeah,
clothing
now
now.
officially barefoot. Yeah, just barefooting it through this thing is
Yeah,
just
you
like.
look like a street urchin.
Can... Oh. There we go.
I wish I had something for Bobbit.
No, this is fine. I brought this on myself.
Yep.
Mhm.
Do you want a feather? It might keep you warm. A singular feather.
You give Bobbit a feather, and she just takes it and pokes it into the front of her rags and gives you a pained smile.
Zinhorn just reaches up with the vine that does not have the axe in it,
Yep.
wraps it around and just starts pulling himself up and down, just using him as a bit of a thing to swing around on.
Whee!
Bobbit.
Yeah, just swinging around the hallway, and your vine's going, oh, I've hadn't had this much fun in years!
Meanwhile, just hanging on to Bobbit, swinging around, having fun.
Yep.
Aw, yeah. This is probably a lot more fun if Bobbit was the one in charge, but
Yeah.
it's just a very surly-looking child right now going, "You're lucky I'm enjoying this."
So you have 3 options. You have your secret door to the south, the tomb to the north, and the double stone doors at the end of the corridor.
What else was in that tomb that you mentioned? So I'm just trying to look at the plaque to see what.
Well, Onyx couldn't exactly see what's in the tomb. He could just see that it is a tomb, so he could see the sarcophagus.
Oh,
You
fair,
have
fair.
to go into the room to see.
Onyx would now like to walk up to the doors and just see if there's any inscriptions on them. He's not touching the doors, though.
Yep. So you walk up to the double doors, and they are decorated with carvings of leering and laughing skulls.
Leering and laughing.
Ominous. Oh boy, ominous.
Lovely. Where's the walk through water with weapon in hand? Shit. Your shit. Okay, the vulture. Right, the gods. The walls of history tell all. Okay, so we've only got 2 left.
Apparently. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with laughing skulls, though.
Couldn't even do with
Unless
what's
they're
on
the...
other-
Unless the skulls are like the skulls of the gods or whatever, like...
Perhaps.
Mm.
You don't know
to
what's on
represent
the other side of the
skulls of
door.
gods. That's true.
Yeah, you just have Elisana hanging from one of the vines looking at the skulls going, "I'm not touching this one." Cost too much
If
last
you're an
time.
Arcana check.
I mean, I can, but I'm only down to like a +7 now because my headband's gone.
Oh,
Only a
boy.
plus
You're
7
better
for
than anyone
Arcana.
else.
Yeah, so I can roll Arcana still. It's 18 + 7. It's still 25.
The leering and laughing skulls appear to have no magical significance.
Okay, well, these ones seem to be purely decorational,
Yeah,
though
decorative
I'm still not touching it. Not touching can't make me meh.
I'm just going to, holding my shield in one hand, push the doors open.
Yep. So the doors, luckily, appear to be unlocked. However,
Why didn't
As-
you check for traps?
as you push the door open with your
I'm reckless.
shield in hand, you activate a
Yep.
magical trap on the door. Electricity bristles through the door, and then all of the skulls laugh, raucously as electricity shoots out of the door and hits you. Please make a dex save.
Wait, you said there wasn't anything magical on the... It's a
Well,
magical
spells.
trap, wouldn't it?
Well,
yeah.
No, you examine the skulls, not the...
Yeah.
Not that it really matters, I couldn't disarm this trap even if I wanted
Yeah.
to.
18.
18, okay. So in that case, you take half of this damage, so that is 13 points of lightning damage.
Okie dokie.
The doors creak as you finish pushing them open, and on the other side, you see, 10 feet from the doors, a thick tapestry curtain hangs from wall to wall. Its embroidery shows a scene of merriment, nobles feasting around a banquet table, a roast boar on a platter, servants pouring wine. Sir Lucian sighs nostalgically as he sees this image.
Aww.
Sorry, could you...
Zinhorn's going to take a supreme healing potion.
Yeah, good idea.
Could you just describe the tapestry again? Sorry, there was feedback and it blew my
So-
headphones out.
It's an image of nobles enjoying a banquet. They're gathered around a table and they're enjoying a succulent roast boar. That's the image on the tapestry.
Okay. Write the gods, the walls of history tell all. Okay. Interesting. Can I do a religion check to see if this represents any gods that I know
Yeah,
of?
go ahead.
That's a nat 1.
Yeah, most likely it doesn't.
Can I do that?
You can attempt one.
Alright. Sorry, I need to scroll up again.
History at the moment.
That is 18 plus 7.
So, Ava, you detect no religious significance to the image. However, as you stare at it, you do hear the voice of Mudmore in your mind, and he whispers, "Beware lest the hunters become the hunted."
I will pass that along.
So-
The hunters become the hunted. Well, I'm guessing in this one, the noble humans were the hunters.
Well, yeah, and the boar is most likely a trophy that they caught during a day's hunting. Would you like to part the curtain?
Onyx will go forward and part the curtain with his trident.
Yep, so
This
you
is
reach
it.
out your trident, you part the curtain, and behind it, another curtain hangs, showing the same scene, but now descended into depravity. The nobles fight with each other, partake in carnal encounters on the table, or sprawl on the floor in puddles of vomit.
I was going to say, up on the roof, there's a small child who blushes slightly and just looks away, going, "This seems inappropriate."
So
Ava does
Lucy,
not understand
Oh,
human
never mind.
carnal relations.
so Lucian's just got an
Zinhorn-
embarrassed smile on his face and says, "Oh well, sometimes these parties get a bit out of hand, you know."
I was going to say, is it even possible for a UNT, if I have scales, to even blush? I'm confused
I
with
don't
that.
think you can blush because you're a reptile. So
That's an impressive feat, then.
yeah,
Zinhorn's still just swinging around the room, hanging off Bobbit.
Zidhorn's just going. "Woohoo!"
How many...
I'm gonna get off the floor.
Yep, you flap your wings, get off the floor, and start flying up aside Bobbit as Zinhorn swings around, going,
Say,
"Ah!"
can we see how many curtains there are? Is it like across the entire room?
It's across the entire room, so you can't see what's behind the curtain until you part it.
Are we technically hunting for answers?
I mean, technically,
entirely
maybe,
possible.
yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to step forward and part the second curtain with my
Yep.
trident.
Okay. So Onyx steps forwards. He parts the second curtain as Zinhorn continues swinging, and Bobbit and Ava make sure they're off the ground. And behind the second curtain is a third. A scene of horror confronts you. nobles feasting on servants, eating each other alive, and setting fire to the dining hall. The roast boar is now alive and laughing on its platter.
Right.
How utterly barbaric.
So Lucian immediately looks away and he says, "What is this mockery?"
I don't think we want to see if there's anything worse behind that, because it's the way it's looking, it's not going to get any better. Trying to think there's a role I could even do to.
Can I? Sorry, go.
Yeah, I was going to say could I roll like investigation or something, but I'm not going to have the best roll with that anymore.
Yeah, that's true, but you can try it if you want.
Can I do a perception on the ground to see if there's any markings on the ground to indicate if anything's happened
Yes.
to impact the ground?
An investigation check actually would be required.
Okay.
You can
Well,
make that if you like.
mine was only a 10.
Is that a 6 or a 9? Hold on. This dice doesn't have a line underneath. It's
God.
going by everything else.
I
then
got
that is a 9.
22.
Oh, Ava,
Yes.
Ava got 22. So,
That works.
Ava, you notice that underneath the third curtain, you can make out gashes and scratches along the stone floor, as if something was struggling behind that curtain and was violently pulled forward.
Like pull
Oh,
forward
I will
towards
pass
us
that
or
on.
pull
Pull
forward?
forward towards whatever's behind the curtain.
That seems distressing.
I summon my shadow
Yep,
next to me,
yep,
and then I walk to the doorway so that I'm outside the doorway.
yep.
Maybe we shouldn't be messing with if there's something back there.
I'm now outside.
But your shadow
I'm
is
assuming-
left where it is.
Yep.
And we,
I'm
I would
assuming
like
it
to
takes
leave.
time.
yeah, we're gonna go behind him. If
You're gonna
he's
go
leaving the
behind
room.
him. Yep, okay.
Yeah, because
Bobbit and Ava still up on the roof. Zinhorn still swinging from Bobbit. Everyone else leaves the room, stands behind Onyx, leaving Onyx's
And,
shadow in front
I
of the
didn't
third
like
curtain.
I didn't like Mudmore's ominous message.
yeah, I feel
No.
like whoever's back there can't be good news.
And then I'm gonna make my shadow part the final curtain.
Yep, your shadow steps forwards and parts the final curtain. The rotting head of a giant boar is mounted to the wall behind the curtain. Fresh blood
Gross.
and gore spatters its tusks, dribbling down the wall beneath it. In place of its eyes are two tiny crystal balls.
Oh,
You can all see the boar's head, so I need you all to please make wisdom saves. Ava, you may make yours with advantage.
Oh shit.
Thanks.
Because you can still see it. You may not be in the room, but you can still see it.
You doomed us all.
That's a 28.
28,
4.
4,
15.
Not
15,
19.
19. Okay, so everyone passes except Ava and Onyx. Ava and Onyx, as you stare at this giant boar's head, you suddenly feel overtaken by a very strange impulse to approach the boar and place your head inside its mouth.
Oh god.
Do we notice anything wrong about them, or do you notice anything off about this?
You just notice them staring intently at the boar's head.
Now that we actually have the feeling in us, can we make another roll to try and...
You could try to
Realize-
resist. You are charmed, so
Can we close the door?
oh, I mean you could try, but you are charmed at the moment, guys. So
I'm
well, you're not. I mean, I'm saying for Ava
Yeah.
and Onyx, they're charmed. So actually, you can't. You're charmed, so you must fulfill the urge unless someone physically stops you. But the thing is that there's only room for one of you in there, so...
Well, Onyx is, from where he is at the doorway right in front of the party, starts walking forward.
Yep, so Onyx walks forwards. Is anyone going to stop him?
I was gonna hopefully try to stop Ava, but screw it, I'll jump on him.
Alright, you jump on Onyx, you grab him, which allows
Someone just lays on the ground.
which allows Ava to begin walking into the room, making her way
I was gonna say is
towards head.
Zinhorn wraps the vine around Ava.
Yep, Zinhorn wraps the vine around Ava, catching her as she enters the room. I would like Alessander and Onyx to please make opposed strength checks.
Oh shit, we both got good strength!
Yeah! Okay, we're doing this now, are we?
Right, I'm gonna pick a dice that I haven't rolled yet, because I usually roll really low on the first roll.
I rolled a 19.
I rolled a 14.
14, okay, so Alessander has Onyx pinned safely to the ground. He tries to struggle, but cannot escape your grasp.
She is going to just drag him back out of the room and yell to Seleucin to close the damn door.
Yep. Meanwhile, before Seleucin could close the door, Zinhorn needs to drag Ava out of the room. So I need Ava and Zinhorn to make opposed strength checks, please.
Well, my strength is shit.
Well, then roll poorly, please.
That is a 15.
15.
I also got a 15.
Okay, well, Ava will win then because you're using the vines to restrain her. So Ava...
It was just a plain strength. It wasn't athletics or anything.
No, it was just a plain strength. So Ava thrashes around and bats away your vines with her wings and then runs towards the boar, kneels down and places her head in its mouth against all logic. The boar appears to smile, and then its huge mouth chomps down on Ava's head. Ava, you take 22...
Wait a second.
Yep.
What?
I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened.
Well, you did, I did give you advantage against the roll anyway, because of, your...
Oh, wait, yeah, I did.
Yeah, so Ava, you take 22 points of piercing damage as the tusks dig into your neck, and this brings you back to your senses. You feel it biting deeper and deeper, and then you wrench yourself out of its mouth. The boar roars and then topples off the wall, landing inert on the floor, revealing behind it a small compartment in the wall containing miscellaneous treasures.
I'm going to take the eyes.
While she's doing that, I'm still holding Onyx, correct?
Yeah, but now that as soon as the boar head falls off the wall, Onyx ceases to struggle.
Yeah, well, I'm not letting him go. I'm just sitting there going,
Swap with my shadow.
Hey. Swap with your shadow. Yep. Okay.
And Alessander looks back, looks incredibly disgruntled, and without making a noise, just breaks the shadow's neck and stands up.
Yep. So you kill the shadow. Onyx
just annoyed.
Onyx
I'm gonna
is
smack Onyx.
We had to look past the curtain, didn't we?
Well, Ava
no one told you to look.
Ava holds up the 2 crystal eyeballs she took from the boar, so that's 2 less you have to find.
I'll look inside the...
No, you won't. I will.
You're busy extracting eyes.
Piss off, you little thief.
Whilst this argument's happening, Zinhorn just casts Mage Hand and grabs
the treasure. Yeah,
grabs the treasure and pulls it back to him.
Zinhorn's Mage
I'll
Hand.
accept this.
Zinhorn's Mage Hand just shoots into the room and scoops all the treasure out, deposits it on the floor in front of the room, and reveals a pair of gold spectacles worth 250 GP, a leather eye patch set with a bloodstone worth 250 GP, and a platinum hairpin worth 500 GP.
Well, Zinhorn just picks up the hairpin and just puts it in.
Alessandra's going to take the glasses and just sort of sighs and goes, I miss my glasses.
And then Ava comes and takes the leather eye patch, puts it on,
Yar.
covering
Yar.
one of her eyes with a rather dim-looking bloodstone that's covered in many decades worth of dust and dirt, but somehow still manages to shine and glow in the correct light.
And then I go, rawr.
Arrgh, I'm a pirate now.
Are any of
Mind you, I
these-
don't think a bird could make an R sound.
It's more like a...
Yeah, I'm a pirate now.
Can I try an Arcana to see if any of these are actually magical or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
15 plus, what did I say? I had 8,
Yes, I would
so
like to think I
23.
wouldn't have just put it on.
Yeah, definitely looking at it, it's a 23.
Yeah, so none of these are magical. They're just various trinkets that were probably used to belong to people who got chomped by the boar and were swallowed.
Lovely. In that case, yeah, just sort of looks at everyone else and just nods and goes, it's safe.
Ava's already looking at you going, "Ah, I'm a pirate!"
Then I'm putting it in my pocket.
Yeah, then you're putting it in your pocket, where it's
I
safe.
would put it in
It'll
put
be
it
a
in my
nice
pocket.
trophy.
I'd put it in my pocket if I had some.
Yeah, you had some.
Pockets.
I'll put Bubbly in my
miss
pocket.
I miss my pockets.
So, I assume you'd like to head north into the tomb now?
Oh, sure, why not?
Your footsteps squish along some of the alien growth as you make your way into the tomb. Yes, it's Alessandra cursing that beholder.
Just ew. Stepping on
I'm
barefoot.
assuming that room's already been checked.
Yeah, well, Onyx looked through it and saw that it was a tomb, but you won't know what's in it until you step into it. So,
Yeah.
so you step into the tomb, and you see a 4-columned portico juts out from the far wall, beneath which a stone sarcophagus rests in a wall recess. 4 ceramic frog masks hang in niches above and around the sarcophagus. Beneath the masks, humanoid bones are strewn across the floor. To the east, a large carving of a tentacled frog monster squats above a shrine. Offerings lie on a shelf before it. 4 rectangular frescoes adorn the adjacent walls, filled with images of past ceremonies.
This would be the history one. As the walls of history tell all.
Nang Nang immediately says in Bobbitt's head, "Oh, look at all the gold coins just sitting there! Offerings, smufferings, grab them, take them!"
Alessandra just immediately just turns and goes, we are not touching anything until we get our stuff back. I don't care how much you yell at me. This isn't happening.
So, what would you guys like to do?
They investigate the walls?
Yeah, if you like. You can each make an investigation check. These frescoes are quite old, and some colour and bits of details have worn away.
17.
12.
There's a 9.
9.
I also got a 12.
12 is enough.
So 17 is the best.
So the frescoes in this order depict these images. Fresco 1. A frog-like behemoth uses its tentacles to help the Omuan people knock down a mighty statue. In the foreground, an old woman wearing a frog mask tosses 5 coins from her hand as though she's sowing seeds. Fresco 2. The frog-like behemoth wraps its tentacles around a giant crocodile as Omuan hunters stab the crocodile with their spears. In the foreground, an old man wearing a frog mask holds a bug up to his open mouth. Fresco 3. The frog-like behemoth, with 4 Omuan hunters riding on its back, finds a small boy in the jungle. The hunters seem elated. In the foreground, a young woman wearing a frog mask holds a knife in one hand and a headless chicken in the other. Fresco 4. The frog-like behemoth wallows in a shallow pool as Omuans offer it urns of food and treasure as tribute. Cracks in the fresco obscure the head of the human figure in the foreground, but you can see that it grasps a lit candle. Meanwhile, the shelf that has all the offerings has several miscellaneous items scattered around it. 6-inch tall stone statue of a frog hemoth, a copper bowl containing rat bones, 4 dead cockroaches, a green wax candle, and 5 loose gold coins.
I see. Okay, can I say this in character, or do I have to actually try and roll? Because I know
No,
what
you
we
can
have
say
to
it in
do
character if you know what to do.
here. Yeah, Elisada just looks around and goes, I think, and this is just a theory, I'm not as smart as I was this morning, but I think we have to reenact what's on the walls to activate this over the sarcophagus. Otherwise, these offerings on the shelves all line up with everything on the wall.
It's a reasonable theory, but how much exactly do you have to reenact?
That is a good question. I mean, I would guess the ones that I should have written this down. Like, obviously, we don't have the miscellaneous items don't add up to all of the tablets, do they?
Well, maybe. Well, yeah, maybe not. Maybe and maybe not.
So there's definitely the sowing the seeds part.
So
We have the coins.
Yep, the fresco. The first one shows an old woman wearing a frog mask, tossing 5 gold coins from her hand, as though sowing seeds.
Okay, so we have the
second
coins
one
for
has
that.
second one has an old man with a bug
Holding
up
up
to his mouth.
open mouth, yes. Holding up a bug to his open mouth.
That's the cockroach.
What if we have to take the items from the thing and do the things?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems
So
to
what
be... Then the
Ava's just
third...
gonna do it.
Yep. So Ava, you take the 5 gold coins, and so you're going to take the 5 gold coins off the shelf and then hurl them back onto the shelf as if you're sowing seeds?
Yes.
Okay. You take the gold coins and then you fling them one by one back onto the shelf, and nothing appears to happen.
Okay,
Or do
that's
we need to
fine.
do it, here? In this. What's this?
On the shelf, there is also the 4 dead cockroaches, the green wax candle, and a 6-inch tall stone statuette of a frog hemoth.
I'm
Yeah,
just
but
asking what is
What is this area?
Oh, what is this area? That's just a raised portion of the floor where the sarcophagus is.
Okay.
So maybe we should do it there.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you gather all of the items off the offering shelf and you step up onto the raised portion of the floor. From here, Ava flings the coins one by one onto the shelf. Nothing appears to happen, but of course that's only the first step in the process.
Mm-hmm.
The
I
second
guess I'll do that.
depicts an old man wearing a frog mask, holding a bug up to his open mouth.
Anyone feeling hungry?
Not that hungry.
Ava eats bugs. Go on.
So Ava takes one of the cockroaches and crunches it up in her beak, making a sickety crunching sound. It makes you all feel a little bit sick.
I mean, I've eaten camadans, but, we gotta draw the line
Ava
somewhere.
goes, not bad.
The third one shows a young woman holding a knife in one hand and a headless chicken in the other.
Do we have either of those on the shelf?
The only thing on the shelf that you can think would be in any way related to this is the small copper bowl, which appears to contain rat bones. As you look at the copper bowl, you also notice that splashed along the rim and inside the bowl are very old bloodstains.
Okay, so...
Are there any rats around?
You look around, and despite the age and dankness of this tomb, you can't see any rats or mice or other vermin.
Shit.
I mean, do we just maybe put the bowl up in front of it if they're...
What if I just pick the bones up and then drop them back in the bowl?
You pick up the bones and drop them back into the bowl. Nothing happens, but you're unsure whether this was the correct thing to do.
Okay, and what was number 4?
Number 4 was the figure grasps a lit candle and holds it up as an offering.
I'll do that one.
Yep. So you take the green wax candle and light the wick, and then hold the candle up to the statuette of the frog Hemoth. At first, nothing appears to happen, and then a voice booms out throughout the room. Your offerings were incorrect.
Okay.
What did we do wrong?
The voice continues. I required you to spill the blood of a living creature into the bowl. Suffer for your transgressions. And then...
Oh, come on!
I considered it!
And then suddenly, at the front of the room, the humanoid bones begin to coalesce, forming a dream wraith and 2 wraiths. Please roll for initiative.
No.
Oh,
No.
You changed up the enemy.
No, I did.
What did?
17.
17.
Because I recognise the purple token.
Yep.
I mean, 18, but I don't want to be here. I hate wraiths.
You hate anything ghost adjacent.
I got 17.
17, yep.
Zinhorn also got 17.
Well, Zinhorn will go before Ava then because of his feet.
Yeah. And I'll go behind Ava.
Yep, okay, so...
Because I got 17 as well.
At least 17 so far.
Yep, Alessander, you're up first.
Alisander's running straight up the goddamn fucking wall.
Yep, straight up the wall.
Just
up onto the roof.
Don't wanna.
You could reach the roof.
Yep.
Would you like? Yep. You're up
on the roof.
Alisander's a gecko.
Alisander is just goddamn terror, hates ghosts. Both Alisander and Bullet hates ghosts.
They do.
And shit, I have to try and work out what the hell do we throw at a wraith? I don't even have in my spell books to work with this.
You still have all your normal spells.
I know, I'm just trying to work on what spells would work best against. I hate these things, I really do. Screw it, we'll go the old favorite of just Eldritch Blast. I'll aim for try the Dream Wraith, that one looks scarier.
Yep, go ahead.
Alright. Plus 9, we have a non-nat 20 and a 24.
Okay. That is a hit. Roll damage.
Alright, both plus hits. That's 8. Then 12. So that's going to be 20 points of force damage on the Dream Wraith.
20 points of force damage on the Dream Wraith. That is nice. Okay.
And we'll continue to just cower on the roof.
It is Sir Lucian's turn. He's going to run up to Wraith 1 and strike it with his sword. That is a nat 20.
Good God.
So he deals 22 points of damage to it. He then swings again with his sword. And that is a 29 to hit. He deals 12 points of damage to it. So 35 altogether, not bad. It is now the enemy's turn. The Dream Wraith flies forwards to Ava.
Oh no, go away.
reaches out a bony hand and uses its sleep touch ability. That is
they do that
a
shit.
non-natural 20 to hit.
Shit.
How does this work?
So it's just a normal, it's a non-nat 20, so it's just gonna beat your AC or not.
Yeah, I meant, what is it
Yeah.
against? Because I've got phase stuff.
Yeah, it's just your AC. So, in this case, it's a hit. So you take 13 points of psychic damage, and you must now make a charisma save.
I think I get
I should've-
advantage.
And you do get advantage on this, yes.
Just say, damn, I should have stayed down because I actually have good charisma saves. Oh well.
That is a 17.
17. The sleep touch does not work. You feel drowsy for a split second, but manage to shake yourself and stay awake.
Alright, how much damage did I take again?
You
Sorry.
took 13 psychic damage.
Okay, thank you.
It is Wraith number 1's turn. It attacks Sir Lucian, rolls a 20 and is unable to get around his shield. Wraith number 2 floats up towards Zinhorn, reaches out using its life drain and rolls a 9, unable to pierce Zinhorn's very good defenses. It is now Zinhorn's turn.
Zinhorn is going to just look back at him, and with his shields, he's going to come down and bash it down and cast Thunder Wave.
Yep. It's going to make its dex save, and
Can you
that...
do it against both that Wraith 2 and Dream Wraith?
Yeah, they're both doing it. So that is a 10 for Wraith 2 and an 8 for the Dream Wraith.
So neither succeed, so they take 2d8.
And they're blasted back. The Thunder Wave.
That is 10 points of thunder damage.
Yep. And the Thunder Wave blasts them back 15 feet away from you.
Oh, that changes what I was gonna do.
As a reaction, the
Okay.
Dream Wraith uses its Dreamer's Gaze. It waves its arms in the air as if constructing an image out of nothing, and then materializing from the floor in front of it is an image of your mother. She looks over at you and beckons with one hand. Zinhorn, please make a wisdom save.
That is a 28.
Okay, the Dreamer's Gaze failed. You are not
God,
stunned.
you're broken. It's great.
I have a plus 10 on my wisdom saves.
You brush
Good
the
job.
image aside and she fades once again into the floor. It is Alisander's turn.
Okay.
Wait, no, sorry, it's Ava's turn.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Alright, fuck. Alright. What I was gonna do changed. I want to try and cast Dispel Magic on the Dream Wraith.
Alright. You cast Dispel Magic upon the Dream Wraith, and nothing happens.
Okay. Well, that was a waste. I just thought that maybe if
Well,
he
it's
had
worth a try.
anything up, he might
Yeah, it's worth a try.
drop it.
Yeah.
It's,
Then
yep.
I'm gonna bonus action. Fuck. What do I want to use? I don't want him to touch me.
No, because it might put you to sleep.
I'm gonna Zephyr Strike.
Zephyr Strike. Yep. Cast Zephyr Strike on
And-
yourself.
And then I'm gonna move. I'm gonna fly away.
Yep, up towards the top of the sarcophagus, next to Bobbit. Okay, it is Onyx's turn.
I'm going to look at the Dreamwave and use my Wongo ability.
Yes.
It must make a DC 16
What's
Wisdom
my
save.
Going
God
to
ability
make it.
again, I've forgotten.
You don't take damage from falling.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Oh, wow,
he,
that's...
he got a non-natural 20 on his wisdom save.
Of course he did.
Oh.
And then I summon my shadow in front of him.
Yep. Summon your shadow in front of him.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, it is Alessandra's turn again.
Well, just still up on the roof, still throwing blasts at the Dream Wraith, because that has to go. It has to go. And, okay, one is a 15, the other is a 27.
Those both hit.
Oh, good, yay. This is what I'm going to be doing until things leave me alone. It's 23 more points of force damage.
Yep, on the Dream Wraith. Lovely.
Yeah, just keep throwing it. It's the biggest threat in the room, and that thing scares me.
You notice the image starts to flicker as if it's struggling to stay corporeal. It is Sir Lucian's turn. He's going to repeat his assault on Wraith 1. He nat 1's the first time, rushing forwards, and then slipping on that telltale banana peel. As he slams to the ground, you hear an old crackling voice laughing somewhere outside the room. He straightens up
Doing that.
and swings again. He hits and deals 12 points of damage to it. It is the enemy's turn. Wraith 2 is going to use its life drain on Onyx's shadow. That is an 18 to hit Onyx's shadow.
Sorry, it misses. It has it has the same armor class as me.
Yep.
So at 20.
So your shadow is still in place. The Dream Wraith moves past your shadow, gets an attack of opportunity. Your shadow gets an attack of opportunity.
I'll use its ability to attack of opportunity. That is, what's my trident? Because that's what I'm using. A 21 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll the damage.
It's one-handed because it has a shield up. That's 2 plus strength plus 1. 2, 6, 7 damage.
Ooh, it's looking quite beaten. It's looking quite close to death now. It reaches out to touch Zindhorn with its sleep touch ability. That is a nat 20.
It doesn't matter. The damage will be fine, but he can't get put to
he
sleep,
can't get
though.
put to sleep, so he's fine. But
He's still going to take damage.
Zindhorn takes 18 points of psychic damage. And actually, his elf ability doesn't matter because it's not trying to put him to sleep, it's trying to render him unconscious, which elves are not immune to.
Sounds like semantics.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that
It sounds like some fake bullshit.
the thing is that unconscious and sleeping are different conditions, so
Then why call it sleep touch then?
I don't know, but it says it renders him unconscious, and it says elves are only immune to abilities that make them fall asleep. So,
fine.
so Zindhorn, please make a DC 14 Charisma save.
Charisma,
I
okay.
call shenanigans.
General shenanigans?
Just shenanigans.
It is largely semantics, yes.
Yes.
That is my charisma. That is a 17.
17, you managed to stay awake. Perhaps utilizing your elf blood to avoid fading away into unconsciousness. It is Wraith 1's turn. It's going to attack Sir Lucian, and it is unable to pierce his defenses. It is now Ava's turn. Zindhorn's turn.
Zindhorn is going to do a combo attack, being the Flame Tongue Longsword on one side and the Vines on the other side.
Yep, go ahead.
Coming at the same time, just whack.
Go ahead, roll to hit the
Nice.
Dream Wraith.
That is a 18 and a 22.
Those both hit, roll your damage.
So firstly is 10, and then that is also a D10. No, it's a D. No, it's a, yep. Right, sorry.
You're good, you're good.
So that is 8 plus 2 for the flame sword.
The two
For the
weapons.
first part of the damage.
Yep. And now you have to roll the damage for the other.
And that's a 7 for the axe.
Yep.
And then it's 2d6 is 7 points of fire damage.
Whoosh! Both of the weapons strike the Dream Wraith at the same time. It lets out a deathly scream and fades away.
That was a lot more squishy than I thought.
I was
they're
going
not
to say,
particularly strong.
as it dies, you hear there's still screaming going on in the background. You look up and Alessandra is still on the roof, just screaming as this thing yells.
However, if it did render you unconscious, it could then reduce you to 0 HP. So, it is now Ava's turn.
Okie dokie. I guess I'll go for Wraith 2.
Yep.
Wait, it probably can only get hit by magic, yeah?
No, it can be hit. It can be hit by... well, it's resistant to acid, cold, fire, lightning, and thunder, and also bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical, non-silvered attacks.
Nifty.
Both your weapons are magic.
Yeah, so you'll be able to hit with your
Fine.
weapons.
You go.
Okay. But what I'm hearing is it's not immune to poison damage somehow.
No, it's not immune to poison. Well, as
Alright.
far as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, resistances are different to immunities.
Yes.
You know it's
Sure.
not resistant to poison.
Alright, I'm gonna go and give myself advantage on a weapon attack.
Yep. Rush up to Wraith number 2, flying in the air. Roll to hit him.
That is non-nat 20.
That's a hit.
Am I still connected?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a hit.
Alright, sorry, I didn't hear anything.
Sorry, I said
No.
that's a hit. Yeah.
Alright. So let's see. Sorry, my brain's not working. I need to eat.
That's
It's
fine, that's
okay,
fine.
it's okay.
That's the regular
Yep.
psychic. Poison. Was it a D8 for the force? Yes.
Yes.
1D. Force damage. Oh, really?
Oh, did you get
Yeah,
minimum? It
Fuck
happened.
Yeah,
you,
it
hey.
Yeah, minimum. So I will subtract 10 from that, as it is actually immune to poison.
Oh.
But
Yes.
you still got some decent damage on it, and you still have other attacks you can do.
Alright, now I guess I'll hit it with my regular...
Yep.
Not my regular, my offhand.
Offhand weapon, go ahead.
Wait, I don't have advantage on that one. And that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I guess the banana peel was more than one banana peel in the room. As you swing and you swing and lunge forwards, and as you touch the ground briefly to get leverage, you feel your talons slip on the banana peel, the same one that Lucian slipped on and kicked across the room, and you curse whoever put it there.
Alright. And I still have an extra attack?
Yep.
Alright. That is another non-nat 20.
That's a hit.
I guess I shouldn't bother with the poison damage.
No, don't bother with the poison
No.
damage.
So that is just 1d8 plus 5. There you go, 11 damage.
11
And
damage.
I am going to use whatever remaining movement I
Yep,
have.
to move away, and because you're Zephyr
Move
Strike,
away.
you won't get any. Yep, you won't get
Attacks.
any. Yep. So it is now
Nice.
Onyx's turn.
Which Wraith has taken more damage?
They're roughly both equal at this point, looking quite beaten up each.
Okay, I'm going to run towards Wraith 2,
Yep.
but I'm going to go here.
Yep, so flanking
is
him
still
with your
within-
shadow.
Yep. And then I'm going to cast third level or second level? Third level or second level? A third level blinding smite.
Ooh, nice.
Damn.
Go ahead,
And then I'm
roll
going
to
to whack
hit him.
this guy
Yep.
with advantage.
Big on.
That is a 16 plus 9 with my trident.
Yep, that is a hit.
Okay, so that is a d6 for the trident. That's 10 piercing damage from my +1 trident.
Yep.
And
Plus
then
your blinding smite damage.
3d8 radiant. Which could have definitely been a better roll. I'm going to use a sorcery point to re-roll 2 of those dice.
Okay, go
Wow.
ahead.
Mm.
Yeah, I forget you can do that.
Going to re-roll the 1 and the 2. And that was
First use my
a
inspiration.
2 and an 8. So that is 14 radiant damage.
Okay, he had 17 hit points remaining, so he screams as he goes back to the Nether Realm.
I command my shadow to move to the other side of Wraith 1, so over
Yep,
here,
flank him.
and to use his attack.
Yep, go ahead.
So I'm going to.
With advantage.
Yep. I'm just getting rid of. I'm just counting down how many times I've used it because it is a numbered feature.
Alright.
26. 26.
That's a hit. Roll the damage.
9 damage.
9 damage. He screams as he joins his compatriots in the afterlife. And combat is over.
Yay!
The
Just
two.
realized I could have used my inspiration to not have all my shit taken away from me.
Yeah, I could hear you
could've.
realizing that.
I know.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm sorry I wasn't here to tell you.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine,
It's
it added to the fun to it. The tomb is now empty, and you are free to open the sarcophagus.
I will
Brain
walk up
not
and open
work.
Zinhorn just heads over as well.
I was gonna say, Alessander is actually still up on the roof, trembling.
Yep.
Oh.
So this
Oh,
one,
baby.
so this one is Sir Lucian's god. So Sir Lucian is going to walk up, and he makes an athletics check to open the sarcophagus, and he groans as he lifts the lid off the sarcophagus, revealing inside the bones of a frog hemoth, as well as some valuable items, including a pair of battle-worn leather braces,
Ooh.
Ooh.
a quiver of 20 brittle-looking arrows,
Yep. Nice. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Those are going to us.
2 crystal
Yeah.
eyeballs.
Hooray!
So now you need 1 more.
God damn it.
Who'd like to
Okay.
identify the items?
While you guys are doing
Okay,
that, I'll
okay.
be right back.
I suppose I'll have to come down off the roof. Just, yeah. See, it's actually Alessander, not Bobbit, just going, I hate those things, I swear. Alright. Arcana.
I got a dirty 20 for Arcana if you don't beat that.
Yeah, I only got a 12, so yeah. Rough day. All yours.
Okay, so Zinhorn, you identify the items as, a pair of braces of archery.
Ooh.
Furthermore, you identify the quiver of 20 arrows as, and Ava will be very happy to know this,
Ooh.
these are void arrows.
Go on.
These pitch dark arrows are composed of densely packed shadows. A creature hit by this magic ammunition takes an additional dice of psychic damage in addition to the normal damage of the arrow. The ammunition makes no sound when it's fired or strikes a surface, leaves no discernible wounds, and vanishes immediately after hitting its target.
Oh my.
That
Oh,
sounds-
Reva would have loved
I
that.
was going to say, my god, Reva would have absolutely adored
Yes,
those.
well, there's only
That's
20
dope
of
as
them.
hell.
If I have any left, after I want to give them to Reva just as a gift.
A gift
Yeah.
for Reva.
So, the thing is, this is
So Sir Lucian, once you tell him that these are braces of archery, takes a step back and he says, I lack the dexterity to be useful even with these. There are 9 Umuan gods. There's at least one more. Perhaps I'll sit this one out.
Oh.
Zinhorn looks at the short bow that's been over his shoulder this whole time that she's very rarely used, and then looks over at Ava and go, "Yeah, it's all yours."
I am spoiled.
Yeah,
Yes,
but come
so-
on, this is perfect for you. All 3 of these things are all
So
yours.
Ava gets her second spirit. The braces glow as watery light ripples across the walls. A monstrous tentacled shadow rises from the sarcophagus.
Yay!
And the air fills with the stench of a swamp. A rumbling voice echoes through the tomb. You are brave to summon me. Together we will crush Asarak.
Oh
Glory to
god.
God!
I was gonna say, I'm sorry, but that between. Oh yeah, no, I'll let you read what it does first.
Yeah,
I really
you are
mentioned-
now possessed by the spirit of Kabuzan, the froghemoth who is wild and spirited. While inhabited by Kabuzan, you gain the following flaw. I am fearless and not afraid to take great risks. Also,
Jesus.
while Kabuzan inhabits you, your strength score becomes 23.
Oh my god!
I just realised that Ava's got Papazotl already, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let me
They're
see.
rivals.
Let me see.
Papazan and Papazotl
Yes.
are enemies.
They are enemies. So,
Oh.
at this point, one of them is forced out. Which god would you like to keep? Papazotl or Kabuzan?
Wait, can she still keep the items? With
She
just
can
without
still
the
keep.
god?
She can still keep the items. It's just that one
And
of the gods
give
is.
Sir Lucid. I was gonna say, what's Sir Lucid's strength at?
His strength is at 19.
Well, then give him the 23 because it's his best stat.
The thing is that Ava could use that for her swords too.
Well.
I use Dex for my swords.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
So give her the items and give Sir Lucian the.
Yeah,
Yep.
give him the froghemoth.
in your head, Papazotl shouts, "Be gone, brute!" And Kabuzan is forced out of your head. Sir Lucian wavers on the spot and then draws his sword and shouts, "We shall crush Asarak!"
This also may be a downside as well. This could be interesting.
So Sir Lucian's strength is now 23.
This is just, dear God.
Sweet.
So you
Because, you know, he was already getting a plus 11 to hit. Let's just jump that up by about 3
Alright.
more.
Yep.
I'll need send me the details on the arrows and the
yeah, I will.
bracers.
Yeah, that
Yep.
stuff's dope.
Let
I'm
me.
assuming the bracers need attunement.
I believe they do. So I will send you both of those.
Thank you.
So what it does is, well, we're not going to have a long rest yet, so the braces of
Yeah.
archery, though, will give you a +2 bonus damage to ranged attack rolls made with either a longbow or a short bow.
Nice.
The void arrows deal an extra dice of psychic damage in addition to normal arrow damage.
An extra dice.
An extra
Does it
dice.
specify?
Well, whatever weapon you fired them with, that's the dice it'll use.
Oh, okay. So an
Yeah.
extra D8.
Noise.
But there's only 20
Nice.
of them. So, the tomb is cleared. Where would you like to go now? You only have you only have 2 unrevealed rooms. You have a crawl space in the southernmost water hallway, and the door to the south of the cylindrical room. The only other room that remains is the room with the wooden platforms.
I will be right back.
Onyx is going to head to the crawl space.
The one in the southern water room?
Yeah.
Alright, so do you guys all want to follow Onyx as he makes his way there?
I feel like this is the worst time for me to be right back.
No,
But
you'll be fine.
Yeah, sure, we'll be fine, he says.
yeah, we'll just send Onyx into the crawl space. It's fine.
Alright, so you all
Onyx
follow
likes to crawl.
Onyx, making your way back across this level of the dungeon until you emerge once again in the water hallway. Onyx briefly looks through the water curtain, notices the other set of tridents that is now missing, glares at Bobbit, and then squeezes into the crawl space.
In her defense, we didn't know we'd be coming back this way, so...
Yeah, that is true. The crawl space appears to be unremarkable and is untrapped. You finally make your way down to the end and reveal... let me see where we are. That is room 36, so let me just flip back in the book for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
all good.
It
All good.
appears that the tomb's keepers have all but forgotten about this tiny room lodged between 2 crawlways. It contains nothing of note, but also contains no dangers, and appears to be a safe place to rest, if a bit cramped.
Huh. So, I suppose that's useful if we didn't have the staff room to work with.
Yes. There is another crawl space to the south of this small room, and you can already tell, as you know the layout of this part of the dungeon, that by crawling through here, you will emerge in the wooden platform room.
Can I crawl to the end of the crawlway but not stick my head out?
Yep, sure. Crawl to the end of the hallway and you're looking out at the room with the wooden platforms, but you don't stick your head out of the crawlway.
Was that lever-looking thing a torch?
On
On the other side? Or is that actually a lever?
From where you are, you can see that it actually does look to be a lever.
Okay. No, because I just saw the torch on this side, and it looks like the exact same asset with a
I know,
flame
but
over it.
I know. but
Okay, that's why I was just clarifying.
So here is
Right.
exactly what you see in that room. It is, what room is that? There we go. 2 balconies face each other over a vast pit. Between the balconies hover 5 wooden platforms, each one a disc 10 feet across. A single torch burns above each balcony. On the easternmost balcony, the one where you are peeking out at, stands a rough-hewn, 15-foot tall statue of a hulking fiend with furled wings and clenched fists. Set into the wall on the opposite balcony is a rusty lever, currently in the up position.
Okay, I feel like there's no need to activate this, so I'm going to head back.
Yep. So you head back and tell the others. It could just be a way to move. Assuming no one activates that lever, this could just be a means of passing through into the room underneath the cylindrical chamber without having to move back through the copper plate.
I feel like it's probably a good idea just to take the long route back down to the staff room and then back up.
Yep. Very well. That's a good... Everyone else agree?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Yep. So you make your way back to the staff room and emerge in the control room facing the cylindrical chamber. This takes about 30 to 40 minutes to make your way back around the long way, but what you wasted in time, you made up for in peace of mind, knowing that you did not risk harm in either the platform room or the crawl space with the copper plate. And so you crawl through the smashed window, step in.
I was going to say, before we do that, since that's where I actually left all the skeletons, and I don't actually know where the other three... where did the other three go? Because last time I saw them, I left them with...
Yeah, you peer out into the control... You peer out into the hallway next to the cylindrical room where you left Yaka, and you see just a pile of bones on the floor where they once were.
Well, bring them back.
Yep. You raise the three skeletons. They immediately look around, and then noticing that Yaka is not there, they silently breathe a breathless sigh of relief and look to you for further orders.
It just looks and goes, "Yes, sorry about leaving you with that one, but follow for now."
They salute and join you as you all crawl through the broken window and step into the cylindrical room facing the small stone door to the south. Who would like to open the door?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
Want to have your skeletons do it?
Can we check to see any traps or whatnot beforehand?
Yeah,
Can
you
Zinhorn
can.
with his perception hear anything on the other side?
You can hear nothing on the other side of the door. It appears to be completely silent.
Is there
Onyx?
anything on the door?
The door has no distinguishing carvings. It's just a blank stone door.
Onyx would like to get up onto the second story before the door gets opened.
Yep, so you want to climb up into the hallway. There we go.
Yeah.
Is the skeleton doing it? If so, Zinhorn wraps the vine around Onyx and pulls himself up.
Yep, so Zinhorn pulls
I'll
himself
send
up
it
into
just
the shaft.
Alasana just casually just strolls up the wall and follows them in.
Ava and Lucian stand back as your three skeletons step forward. And
Ava can fly up.
Yeah,
just
Ava-
get Lucian behind his shield.
Ava flies up, so Lucian stands at the very back of the room holding up his shield in shield wall position. Your three
I was
skeletons...
more thinking that opening the door is going to activate the spinning trap.
Well, you know that the lever in the control room activates it, but that is a possibility too, so...
Yeah.
The skeletons step forwards, they look over their shoulders, giving you a wary glance, and then push the door open and step safely through.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
You wish to join them?
Sure.
Yep.
Very well. You step through the doorway following the skeletons and come face to face with... Which...
No.
A 15-foot wide, 15-foot deep pit dominates this chamber. At the bottom of the pit, an 8-foot tall clay figure stands motionless beside a stone treasure chest. A silver key hangs from a cord around the statue's neck. Two 9-foot tall stone statues stand atop plinths on either side of the pit. A third plinth against the south wall stands empty. One of the statues depicts a hooded and bearded male figure with his left hand held high, index finger pointed up. The other portrays an armored male knight with his gauntleted right hand extended, its palm facing inward towards the knight.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So one with his left hand up pointing to the sky, and the other one palm up, was it?
Yeah, palm facing down.
Palm facing down.
In Alessander's head, Moa says, just reminding you that adamantine or magic weapons are needed to harm that thing if it awakens. Meanwhile, in Lucian's head, meanwhile in Ava's head, Papa Zottel says, I demand you have someone stand on that third plinth. It must be empty for a reason.
Sorry, I missed half of the explanation of the room because the cat ran into my lounge room.
You have a cat?
Misty went crazy.
Ah, yes.
The housemate has a cat.
So there are 3 plinths in this room. Yep. The golem is in a pit. There's a key around the golem's neck. 2 of the plinths have statues on them, but the third one is empty. So one of the statues depicts a hooded, bearded male finger with his hand held high and index finger pointed up. The other portrays an armoured male knight with his right hand extended, its palm facing inward. The third plinth is empty. The clay golem appears to be unmoving.
Is there anything on the walls?
There doesn't appear to be anything on the walls, except for the telltale purple mould that has grown everywhere on this level.
How is the clay golem standing?
It's standing in a pose where it's got its fists clenched and its arms held in front of it as if it's ready to fend off an attack, but it is unmoving.
I'm guessing if we screw up whatever this thing is, it's going to activate and try to pound us into dirt. Would be my assumption. So, you said one has like the left hand and then one
has the left hand,
right
it's pointing up, the other has the right hand, palm faced inwards.
So
these statues also don't appear to be generic statues. They do appear to depict specific figures.
History, I suppose?
Can I do a religion check?
Yeah, go ahead, make a religion check.
It's sick to try history, but it's only going to be a +2. But I can
That's
still
the
try.
second nat 1 for a religion check.
Oh,
Do you want me to try? Do you want me to try a religion check?
Do whatever you want.
Fine.
You can do one as well if you want.
Yep,
I'll do one.
Yep, Ava can do one.
That's a 17 for me.
Yep. Okay.
Don't worry about me.
So, Bobbit, you can tell that these are, in fact, statues of well-known gods. The hooded statue, the one pointing up, is Azuth, the god of wizardry. And the other, armoured figure, is a statue of Torm, the god of courage and self-sacrifice.
Okay, see, I don't like that guy's here. Self-sacrifice concerns me.
As you contemplate them, you also feel the telltale hum of magic emanating from each of them. Meanwhile, in Ava's head, Papa Zoddle continues. Demand someone stand on that third plinth. It's empty for a reason. We need to test it out.
I'm gonna be like, hold your horses. Almighty Mudwall, grant upon me your wisdom.
Okay, make a religious check. Make a religion check for Mudmore.
Alright, that is 14 plus 7.
You close your eyes, you envision Mudmore's gaping mouth. He smiles as he whispers, one will put things where they were not before, the other will reverse it.
Okay. I'll pass it along. Because I wasn't here for all of that.
Yep.
So I'm not 100% sure what's happening.
So the third one, you said the third plinth was empty or it was damaged?
It's empty. So the two beside the pit have the statues on them, but the third one is empty, has no statue. And furthermore, at this time, Bobbit, as you're examining the plinth, your 3 skeletons idly decide to walk ahead, and you think they're about to fall into the pit, but to your surprise, they stand on top of the pit, walking on thin air, as they make their way over to the other side.
Oh. Well. Hooray. Good job, minions.
First time your minions have ever done something good.
Oh. You know, they just need to human.
Then he thinks back and goes, maybe the third time.
Thank you. Practice makes perfect.
It appears there is some sort of invisible wall of force separating the pit from the room itself. An invisible lid, if you will.
Okay,
One.
don't have detect magic. This is a ritual I need to get in the future.
Onyx is just leaning against the wall holding his adamantine greatsword.
Yes.
Yes, that's the backup plan. If all else fails, smash
That's
the
why
bitch.
he's leaning on the wall.
It was one will
Yeah, one will
And
put
what do you
things.
say again?
Yeah, one will put things back where it was. The other will reverse it.
Yep.
And what gods were they?
They were Azuth, the god of magic. He is the one pointing up in the air. And Torm, the god of courage and self-sacrifice, and he is the one pointing down.
We have to move one of these to the other one. We stand on the third one.
I will also note that Zinhorn, with your passive perception, you also notice that both statues appear to be set on a rotating spring-loaded gear, meaning you could quite easily rotate the statues by gripping the bottom of their plinths and turning them.
Oh, okay. Just to throw an extra curveball into the equation. Xenon wants to go over and have a look at the third plinth.
Yep.
And just
So you walk over to the third plinth, and it is empty, and it looks like there has never been a statue here. There's no evidence that anything was ever constructed upon this plinth. However, you can see in the dust on the plinth the faint imprints of shoes and boots, indicating that people have stood here on this plinth at some point in the past.
okay. Is there, asking to Bobbert, who identified the gods, do you know if there's a trinity with these two involved? Like, is there three? gods?
M2's be right back.
Bobbert replies that, as far as she's aware, no, these two gods stand separate.
So, Onyx, your shadow?
Yeah.
I feel like
Do you want it to activate the clay golem?
if we do something wrong, the clay golem is going to be awoken.
Hey, sorry, I'm back. What did I
We're
miss?
just puzzling out what to do.
Zinhorn inspected the third plinth and saw that
Yeah,
doesn't look like there's ever been a
there's
statue on here.
no
but there's-
statue
Okay.
over there, but people. It looks as
Okay.
if people have stood upon it at some point.
Okay, I was gonna say, what magic do the two statues have? Because you mentioned there was magic. Do I need to do a detect magic, or can I just roll Arcana?
You need
And-
to detect magic.
I can take 10 minutes to detect magic.
Yep. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything happening, so you wait around 10 minutes, just examining the statues, thinking of what to do. Zinhorn waves his hands as he conducts the ritual. The two.
Are our
Yep.
short rest 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, they are.
I would
Yeah.
like to take
Alright.
a short rest
You
while they're
can
doing
take a
this.
short rest while Zinhorn
Sweet.
conducts the ritual. So go ahead, spend any hit
that
dice
case-
you need to recover.
I don't spend any, but I'm glad we're giving everyone else the opportunity.
Well, Sir Lucian's going to spend some to get back up to full
Yeah.
health.
Good
Zinhorn
thinking.
wishes he could spend one or two, but he's doing a
He's
ritual.
doing a ritual.
Do we just... To add hit dice, is it just what we roll?
It's your hit dice plus your
Plus,
con mod.
yeah, plus
What's the
one.
problem? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I usually don't have to
Yeah.
use it. So.
I don't know, that's cool.
In this case, you do. So Zinhorn casts the ritual as you all take a short rest, and both of the statues begin to glow. And Zinhorn, you determine that there is an aura of abjuration magic around each statue. Abjuration magic, which typically serves to change things in the environment, to move things between places, to teleport, or other types of magical transport.
How attached are you to your little friends, your little minions there?
What was that?
How attached are you to your little minions?
Alstone just looks and goes, "You know they're here for a specific purpose. What am I throwing them at?"
Well, we could put these statues. They do move, but there is magic that could potentially change whatever touches them. So, one theory is we rotate the statues to the ideal position, which will set something off, or possibly activate the magic to change whoever is touching the statues. We could. Option number 2 is strike a pose on the third plinth over there. Option number 3 is send Onyx down with his adamantine and have a go at old Golem down there.
Well, the skeletons are here to test things, so...
I was going to say, I have 3 skeletons. Why not place 2 skeletons on each of the statues and then the third on the third plinth?
Yep. So you have one of your skeletons stand by each of the statues, and then dutifully the third one steps up onto the plinth, awaiting whatever will happen.
Before the third one steps up on top, Xenon's going to back away from the pit.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, everyone back off from the pit.
So the third skeleton steps up onto the plinth and strikes a pose, and nothing happens.
Xenon just gets the vines to start applauding the position.
Alessandra does as well, going, they're still quite entertaining.
Do you wish to have your skeleton
Do you have any other poses you can do?
The skeleton shifts its pose and does a bow.
The vines start getting louder.
Oh, it's some show here, isn't it? Oh, yes, certainly beats the humdrum of the greenhouse, I'll give you that much. Would you have your skeletons rotate one of the statues on its big gear plinth?
So we've got the god of self-sacrifice.
And the god of magic. God of magic pointing up in the air, god of sacrifice pointing down, seemingly into the pit.
I feel like the self-sacrificing one is more looking in.
Yes. We'll try turning the self-sacrifice one. Have them do it.
Yep. Your skeleton nods, and he grips the statue and begins to turn it on the gear. As he rotates it, there is a loud click and then a pop as Skeleton 3 vanishes off the plinth and is teleported down into the pit, standing between the clay golem and the stone treasure chest.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay. So one puts things in
and
there
you said there was a key
around
correct?
The clay golem's neck, correct?
Ah.
Most likely it's the key to that chest.
Yes.
Do we notice anything happening with the clay golem?
The clay golem still remains motionless. Indeed, it doesn't seem to even recognize that anything is down there with it in the pit.
Interesting. And there's definitely a barrier between us and this clay golem.
Yes.
So do we want the skeleton to attempt to... Actually, can I just use Mage Hand to remove the key and give it to the skeleton? Is that an idea people want to go with?
If you can conjure your Mage Hand underneath the wall of force inside the pit, then yes.
I mean, is that a thing I can do? I believe so.
Let me check.
Well, the worst thing that happens is the golem comes to life once the key is removed. And
it just says...
Yeah, no, the hand appears at a point within range, 30 feet, so you can summon the Mage Hand underneath.
Yeah. Okay, so...
So you call your Mage Hand, and it appears underneath the pit, begins to hover towards the clay golem's neck. Please make a sleight of hand check.
Is that just using my stats, I assume?
Using your stats, because you're controlling the Mage Hand.
Alrighty, big whammies. Skill point 18.
You lift the key off the clay golem, which remains motionless, and then your mage hand zooms over and hands it to the skeleton. You dismiss your mage hand as your skeleton takes the key, leans over, places it in the lock of the chest, and turns it. You all hear the loud click as the chest unlocks.
Okay.
Can we see what's in said chest?
Yes.
The skeleton attempts to open the lid, but it seems he is unable. He looks up at you and shrugs. He doesn't have enough strength on his own to do this.
Okay.
So, my guess is self-sacrifice turning that will put whatever is on the plinth into the
Pit, yes.
down below. And the other one reverses it, so...
So do you have
Yes.
do you have your skeleton rotate the statue of Azuth?
If we do that, all it does is bring the skeleton back, wouldn't it?
You
You
don't
could
know
take the
that.
whole chest.
Yeah, can he probably... If he can't lift it...
I don't know, can he
hold
try
it.
moving the chest?
He struggles to lift up the chest. He looks up at you and shrugs.
Yeah.
So, who wants to go in next?
I mean, we could send the other skeletons after it to see if
Yeah.
numbers could help.
You could turn the statue and just see what it does.
That is a good question. Do we want to test that?
Yeah, because it might also pull whatever is in the pit out, which could include the golem.
Yes, but the golem appears to be inactive currently.
Currently.
Yeah, that's the
Currently.
thing that worries me.
And
Is that
emphasize
currently-
the currently. Okay. She'll attempt the. I suppose we can attempt the magic statue to see if it brings him back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just make sure that.
Make sure Onyx has his
prepared.
adamantine ready. Your skeleton
Okay.
salutes as he rotates the statue of the wizard. There's a loud click and then a pop as Skeleton 3, the stone chest, and the clay golem all appear on top of the wall of force.
Yeah,
The
that's what I
clay
thought.
golem
Okay.
remains inert, but
Okay.
the fact that it is standing there fills you all with a sense of unease.
Okay, so now the plan would be everyone move the chest out of the line of fire and then immediately turn the first statue back so it can drop the...
Yeah.
One
Zinhorn
back
runs
down there.
over, grabs the chest, and then runs back to his corner.
Yep, so Zinhorn reaches out with the vines, pulls the chest away, and Bobbit's skeleton scurries away from the golem. Skeleton 2 turns the statue of Torm once again, and pop! The clay golem is once again safely in the pit.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
that's...
works.
So in order to open the chest, we require a combined strength score of 25.
Okay.
I believe we can handle that.
Yep. So Sir
All
Lucian
right.
heads over to where Zinhorn is, and then he and Zinhorn groan as they lift open the stone lid. As
Oh, you
soon
guys
as,
can do that.
as soon as the lid creaks open, down in the pit, the clay golem comes to life. It silently roars and then swings a fist up in the air. It strikes the bottom of the wall of force. Its hand rebounds, and then it sits there banging at the underside of the barrier, trying desperately to get to you.
Get
Excellent.
those skeletons away from the statues, please.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Come now.
You move your
See?
skeletons away. You open the treasure chest, and inside is a single 1-inch diameter glass eyeball resting on a red cushion.
I guess this is the last one we needed.
Yeah.
Well then. How utterly convenient.
That leaves the wooden platform room, which, considering you have all the crystal eyeballs you need, you probably don't need to check out. Or you can
Zinhorn
move
also wants to
onwards.
just lift up the red cushion to make sure there's nothing hiding
Yep,
underneath.
You
it.
lift up the red cushion, and underneath is just the stone base plate of the chest. Nothing there.
Zinhorn
Fair
then gets his vines to lift the chest and just sit it on top of the force field right above the clay golem.
Yep.
The clay golem is
That's
roaring,
mean.
punching, trying to get to you. You lower the chest down, obscuring his face, and then you hear
Understood.
hear a loud
understood.
thump as he pounds the floor inside the pit in obvious rage.
Out of curiosity, what happens if we close the chest again?
You shut the chest, and the clay golem continues raging.
No, I was rather hoping he'd just shut up. This is fine.
He's locked in a box.
Well, I suppose so.
You leave this clay golem to silently rage, and as
He's a man in a box.
he's a man in a box.
Despite all his rage, he is still just a golem in a cage.
And as you move out of the room, you turn and look over your shoulder just enough to see the clay golem in a fit of rage punch a hole in the wall of the pit.
In the wall.
Let's leave.
Of course.
You were about to say punch a hole in the
Yeah, I heard punch a hole. It's like, oh Christ, he's gonna fucking punch through.
No,
But
he's fine. He's trapped
good,
in there.
Good for him. He can rage all he wants. He's staying there.
With his 0 brain cells.
Yep.
So you ready to move?
Whilst we move up, Zinhor's just going to sit down in the corner there and just take a moment since everyone else got to take a moment before.
Yes.
Fair. I shall go
Sinhorn.
and congratulate my skeleton minions on their fine work.
You congratulate your skeletons, and they just flash a look at the clay golem in the pit and then back at you and visibly shudder.
Yes, I feel the same.
Okay, room 44A. You step into the corridor, leaving this room, and the corridor ends in a large door with a round mirror set into its surface. There are 8 circular indentations, each about an inch across, surrounding the mirror. Presumably this is where you place the crystal eyes.
Probably. Well, Alessandro will hand them over to whoever's putting them in the door and then immediately go invisible.
Yeah,
Gee,
Onyx will hand over the 2 that he has.
Yep, so who's going to be putting them in? The skeletons, I'm presuming?
Yep.
Skeleton 1 warily steps forwards, takes all of the crystal eyeballs and begins to click them into place one by one into the indentations. When all 8 eyes are in place, there's a flash of light as they all disappear. The door grinds open, revealing the room beyond.
Should we have maybe taken a long rest?
Too late now.
Mm-hmm.
You step through the door into the room beyond. You just move you all into place.
I am still invisible.
Yes.
And staying invisible.
Alessander is still invisible.
Of course, that son of a bitch is here.
Yes, inside this room, the first thing you see is the skeleton champion smiling at you, grinning with his elongated, rectangular, distorted, key-shaped head, beckoning you with a finger. As he beckons you, he turns around and flashes his bony backside, giving you the skeleton equivalent of a mooning.
Wow.
Zinhorn just whips out the...
Meanwhile, the vault door grinds upwards, revealing a domed, candlelit room 50 feet high. The polished marble floor is so perfectly reflective that it creates the illusion of standing at the entrance to the sphere. Scattered along the mirror floor is what seems to be decades worth of the bones of tiny animals, rats, mice, and other vermin, covered in huge teeth and bite marks, as if somebody has been feeding upon them. 9 alcoves filled with glittering treasure open up along the walls. In the middle of the chamber, a large spherical object hovers under a black silk drape, 20 feet above the floor. In Sir Lucian's head, impulsive Kabuzan says, "Attack whatever's under that black drape. No warning, no negotiation. Might makes right." So Lucian stands back, just clasping his sword, and he looks over at the spherical object that's under the black drape, and then he shrugs and he says, "I think I know what's under there, and I'm not going to provoke it, thank you very much."
He's learned!
Meanwhile, Bobbit, you see the tiny eye stalk of Blinky poking out of your coat, stuck in the alcove at the very north end of the room.
So,
Can-
I was gonna say, where's my laser pointer? So, this one up here, correct?
Yes. Meanwhile, the skeleton champion continues silently mocking you, making rude hand gestures and dancing a jig where he stands.
Well,
Can I
Yep.
can I activate my Orb of Seeing?
You can. Wish to activate your Orb of Seeing, do you?
Yes.
Okay. You activate your Orb of Seeing. All that is hidden in the room is revealed to you. The first thing you see is that the black drape conceals a magical sphere of iron, 6 feet in diameter, and floating about 20 feet above the floor. Underneath the sphere, hovering in its shadow, watching you, is a single invisible beholder. He does not appear to be aware that you can see him.
Also, you can see me now as well.
Yes.
Do I see anything else?
That's all you see.
That's all I see. Well, I'm not going to say anything, because if I say anything, it's going to hear.
Yes, and it will
And
know.
if I do anything, it's going to see me do it.
Yes.
I would like to start stealthing over towards my stuff.
Yes, you'd like to stealth over towards your stuff. Please make a stealth check.
That is a 17.
17.
Oh, it's with advantage because I'm invisible as well.
Yes, it is. I will now roll for the beholder.
Yeah, it's an
Nice.
18. Oh, wait, no, what were you doing?
Rolling for the beholder.
No, not you, Onyx.
I was going to say, can I ready reaction to cast a spell if
Yes, you can.
the beholder moves?
You can.
If the beholder moves, I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern in
Yep.
a way that
Ooh.
it's both the beholder and the champion.
The beholder
Nice.
flails its eye stalks around, scanning the room, but it does not see Bobbit sneak past, as it only rolls a 17 on its perception.
Oh,
Bobbit, you
Okay.
make it to the northernmost alcove. You see Blinky quivering with both fear and happiness as she sees you approach.
no, she doesn't see me
Well, as-
approach, but she
yeah,
knows
as
I'm
she
there because we're
sees-
connected.
As she feels you approaching.
Okay, this thing's got its back to me, correct?
It does.
Okay. Be very quick for me to put this. Like, this isn't like armor, so it'd be very quick for me to put stuff back on. Wouldn't
Yeah, no,
it?
it only takes an action to put it back on, because it's not armor.
Good. I will ready a reaction that the second anything looks like combat starting, I'm going to put my stuff back on.
Yep. Would anyone else like to do anything? What of the black sphere that hovers above the beholder?
That is actually a good question.
Oh, I'm behind everyone, so no one can actually see where I'm looking.
Yes.
It's a problem for them.
Ah,
It is a problem to
well,
it is a
well
problem.
spoken. I was going to say well spoken. Oh dear.
Fucking Wongo.
Yeah, Wongo's got this. I like that both of us are very much acting in respect to our gods. Like, yours is like, yeah, screw the other guys, no one cares, and all I've got is get the stuff, get your stuff, get your stuff, get your stuff.
Yeah, don't.
What do I...
I'm out of
How's-
spell
Nor
magic.
knowing that this is most likely a place where we're going to be attacked, is going to step away from the group so that
Yes.
he's,
Zinhorn
Right.
is standing away from the group,
out
out in the hallway.
Over here.
Yeah,
more
over there towards one of the alcoves.
Yeah.
I was going to say, can we
the
communicate using the gods in our heads? If you wanted to save
Only if the
information
gods
across?
want to communicate with each other, and Wongo doesn't want to. He doesn't
Wong-
want to tell
Wongo-
anyone.
Wongo no one.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay, so Onyx, you see the Beholder watching Zinhorn move away, but not acting. Are you sure you want to cast Hypnotic Pattern?
Well, something's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah. Where is Zinhorn going?
No, he'll wait and just ready in action. As soon as the Beholder does something towards anyone and it's not looking at me, I will cast.
So, Bobbit, you're going to grab your stuff.
That is the plan, yes.
As soon as you lift your coat out of the alcove, the Beholder opens its mouth and it roars, "Who takes Balcorz's treasure?" It turns around, fixes its anti-magic field directly on you, rendering you visible.
I thought you said that counts as an ability. Does that count as an ability or magic?
Actually, no, the anti-magic field won't... Yeah, no, it won't work. You know, you're still invisible. It turns around... It turns around and sees you lifting your stuff out of the alcove, sees what it now determines is its own treasure floating in the air, and renders itself visible, looks menacingly at the party, and says, "Balcors will destroy all of you! Please roll for initiative."
Well, at least I got my stuff back, guys. Yay!
5.
12.
12.
It's okay,
21.
I got my stuff back,
1.
everybody. It's all good.
No,
Okay,
21.
Oh, 21. Oh, lovely.
The dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And... yeah, okay. I will roll for the Beholder. Let's see. And by the way, you all get your reactions. I'm just rolling for the Beholder first.
Yep.
The Beholder gets 22 on his initiative.
Well, I'm still invisible, and my stuff that's now on me should also now be invisible, because it's...
Anyone who prepared a reaction, you may go ahead and take the reaction.
I have done so. My stuff is back.
Yes.
I'm casting Hypnotic Pattern here.
Yep.
So anything within 30 feet of that sees a Hypnotic Pattern and has to make a DC 16 Wisdom save.
Yep. So Skeleton Champion gets a 19, and the Beholder gets a 25.
There we go, of course. Well, now we know that at minimum it has a +6.
Yep.
To Wisdom saving throws.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a spell used. Okay.
It is the Beholder's turn first. He starts his turn by floating off to the eastern side of the room, and then he extends one of his eye stalks and fires a telekinetic ray at the iron sphere, removing the black drape from it, revealing the iron sphere underneath. This iron sphere is enchanted with a Nistel's magic aura spell, and as soon as the drape is revealed, the iron sphere activates. Anyone who is holding or wearing a metal item is immediately drawn to the sphere like a giant magnet pulling metal towards it. I need everyone who is holding or wearing anything made of metal to make a strength save, please.
I think I'm good. My hat's not. Coat's not.
You have
That
Trident.
is a 24.
No, Trident's inside my coat.
Oh yes, so they're not in this realm.
All my stuff, any metal I have is in my coat, so
That is correct.
I'm okay.
I got 24.
24, yep. So,
I got 17.
17. Zinhorn, how did you go?
18.
18. So Zinhorn and Onyx are immediately pulled off their feet. They're flown across the room and slammed roughly into the iron sphere, each of you taking 10 points of bludgeoning damage. You are also now held tight to the sphere, unable to move, and you are counted as restrained. So Lucian passes his save.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucky he has
That's
that
a
extra
problem.
strength.
Yeah, but this could be a problem because.
It is now Ava's turn.
Okay.
I will be right back.
Yep. Oh, and also the skeletons are all pulled into it as well. And
How the skeleton champion? Because wouldn't he have to roll as well?
he does, but he passes his save.
Of course he fucking does.
The your 3 normal skeletons are pulled towards the iron sphere. They take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, which very nearly destroys them.
Cool.
So it's Ava's turn.
Okay. Oh, fuck, I can't cast magic on it, can I?
Not if it's facing you. It's not currently facing you. It's pointing towards Bobbit. It's looking to the north.
Yeah.
Okay,
can't
And yeah, the
gonna-
skeleton champion has a +4 on his strength, so he rolled 21.
That makes sense.
Okay, I'm going to do a hunter's mark on it.
On the beholder, yep. So what I'll do to help is I will actually point the direction that the anti-magic field is.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna hunter's mark it.
Yep.
And I will shoot at it.
Yep, go ahead, roll.
That is 18 plus 10, so 28.
28, that is a hit. You may roll your damage.
Alright, and I'm using the void
Arrow,
arrows.
go ahead, yep. So that's an extra 1d8.
So can I just do 2d8?
Yeah, 2d8, go ahead.
my-
Go ahead, 2d8. Because it doesn't have any resistances, so it doesn't matter what damage type it is.
There you go, 13 damage for that one.
Yep, 13 damage.
Plus my hunter's mark,
Yep.
which is 1d6,
1d6, yep.
plus my psychic damage, which is 3.
Which is 3. Okay, so yeah, about 20 damage all up. Okay,
And now my second attack.
yep.
Which I'm going to use an inspiration to reroll,
Yep, go ahead.
which wasn't much better. What is it though? 18.
18, yep.
So that hits.
That hits, yes. Go ahead, roll the
Alright.
damage.
So I'm using a void arrow again.
Yep.
2d8 plus 6. 21.
21 points of
plus
damage.
my d6.
Yep. Okay. At the end of your turn, the Beholder uses one of his legendary actions. He fires an eye ray at you. Pew! You need to make a
Pew!
dex save, please.
Dex.
gosh.
That's fine.
The DC is 16.
I got a 10.
A 10.
Oh.
Pew! His death ray hits you. Take 52 points of necrotic damage.
Well, thank fuck I healed.
It is.
Okay, that's not fun.
It is now Zinhorn's turn. The anti-magic field is still pointing towards Bobbin.
So,
Well, at least I dealt a good, 40 something
You
points of
did, you
damage.
did. That was a good chunk of
True.
damage.
let me
Which is
know
push.
if I were to wild shape into, say, a giant scorpion,
Yep.
would I, now that I don't have metal showing, would that...
Yeah, you would drop off the sphere.
Yeah.
You'd be fine.
Cool.
Nice.
Then giant scorpion horn is going to make his way over to the
Yep.
beholder.
So you transform into a scorpion, dropping off the iron sphere, landing on your arachnid legs, and then rush towards the beholder.
And going to make 3 multi-attacks.
Yep.
2 with the claws and 1 with the stinger.
Go ahead.
So first attack is Plus 40 hits. That is a 21.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
That is a D8 plus 2 is 5 points of damage.
Nice.
The target is grappled.
Yep.
Needs to make a DC 12.
Strength save.
I'm guessing strength.
Yep,
doesn't
because it'll be athletics or acrobatics. He's going to to get grappled, to resist getting grappled, it's athletics. To escape, it's athletics or acrobatics. So he's going to make that.
Yeah.
That is a 14.
Yep. All right. So claw number 2
Yep.
is also a 21 to hit,
Yep. That's a hit. Roll your damage.
and that is 10 points of damage, and again needs to do the DC 12
Yep.
to escape.
That is a 19.
And then we've got the stinger, which is also a 21. I rolled 17 3 times.
Well done.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
And this is a D10, which, as you see this, oh, that's on the game. Okay. That is 4 plus 2 is 6 points of piercing damage
Lovely.
with a Constitution save.
Yep, he's going to make his Constitution save now. That is a 17.
He does make it.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Okay, at the end of your turn, he's going to use another legendary action and fire an eye ray at Scorpion Horn. Pew! I need Scorpion Horn to please make a dex save. DC 16.
Okay. That is plus 6 is 18.
18, okay. You take no damage, and you avoid the main effect of this ray. However, your carapace starts to grow a dull grey colour as the effects of petrification begin to set in, and you are counted as restrained.
Oh, that's bad.
It is now the Skeleton Champion's turn. He rushes over to Scorpion Horn, and he decides to cast, first of all, haste on himself. And
Counter spell.
Yep, alright, you're gonna... you can't counter spell. The anti-magic ray is facing at you.
I thought he would have moved when he went to go after Zinhorn.
No, he's still facing his main eye in your direction.
God damn it.
It's just his stalks that are hitting.
Yeah, it's stalks are hitting.
Sorry, man. I can't say I didn't try.
He casts haste on himself, and then goes in for his multi-attack with his 3 attacks. So that is an 8, a 24, and a 16.
The 8 misses, the other 2 hit with the 15 AC. In
So
Scorpion Horn.
you take 24 points of slashing damage altogether.
Okay.
It is now, I believe, Ava's turn. No, wait, no, it's not Ava's turn, it's Alisander's turn.
Okay. Hey, quick question, Zinhorn. When you transform, does that count as a bonus action to
Yeah, it is.
like polymorph yourself? Okay, that explains how you're able to attack. Damn.
Yeah, because I am circling
Druid.
room.
Yeah, okay, well, I was considering going into the Were-Tiger form, but that takes up a full action before... Damn it.
Indeed it does.
Well, how high up did you say the roof was on this place?
50 feet.
Interesting. I am going to dash up because I'm right next to the wall where I'm standing, so I'm going to dash, go up the 50 feet, and then 10 feet towards the beholder.
Yep. So dash up and then 10 feet towards him, just getting out of his anti-magic field.
Wonderful. Well, at least I can't do anything else, unfortunately, but at least I'm prepared for...
The beholder shouts, "You are no match for Balthor's the Unseen's eye rays! pew, as he fires an eye ray at you. I need...
Wait. How does he see me? I'm still invisible.
Well, he still knows that you're... He knows that you're there. He's just gonna have
Fair.
disadvantage if he tries to hit you.
That's alright.
Yep. So I need you, Bobbit, to please make a DC 16 Dex save.
Okay. That is a 22.
You pass. You are not affected by the slowing ray.
Hooray!
Your
No slew for me.
Your skeletons let go of their swords, dropping down into the floor below, and then they charge the skeleton champion.
Hey, why not?
And let us see, that is...
I cheer them on, but,
2 nat 20s and a miss.
Oh, nice!
They
which
deal...
one was the miss?
I'm sorry.
Skeleton
Just in my
three
head,
was
the second you
the
said it, I
miss.
could hear us just... I just imagine the three of them go together going, rattle 'em, boys! Yeah!
They wail on the skeleton champion with their fists and deal 21 points of damage, while Skeleton 3 just looks up at where it thinks Bobbit is, just shrugging in embarrassment.
I like the idea of the two of them are just stomping on the third one's just like, goes to try and get hits in, can't, just gives up and just goes for moral support.
The Beholder is out of legendary actions. It is Onyx's turn.
Hey.
Okay, Onyx is gonna do something incredibly stupid, I guess.
Oh, good. That means I don't have to wait for my turn.
I am going to draw my adamantine sword, summon my shadow behind the beholder so that it's holding the adamantine sword directly at the beholder.
Yep.
And then instantly swap places with it.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Fail the check on
clever.
purpose.
Okay.
So, no, in the alcove.
In the alcove here, directly behind him, yes.
Yeah, directly.
It's
So,
Yep.
directly straight towards the
Yep.
iron.
And then you swap places with him. As soon as you take control of your shadow, please make a DC 20 strength save, as adamantine is still
on
metal.
purpose. I failed on purpose.
Failed on purpose.
I see.
So
I
you
want to get pulled
That's
Past
clever.
him.
through the beholder
Yes.
towards the iron.
Yeah, I like that.
So you get pulled through him, you may make an attack.
Yeah. That's clever, I like that.
Is it technically with advantage because he's surrounded?
It's with advantage.
Cool. That is an 18.
An 18. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Okay, so that is 2d6, I believe.
2d6.
Yeah, 2d6 for an adamantine greatsword. D6 and a d6. That is 8 plus strength, 8 plus 4. So that's 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Very well.
Yep.
And you are pulled once again into the iron sphere, taking 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you join your shadow.
Then like to action surge.
Yep.
And whack this iron sphere with my adamantine greatsword.
Good. Go ahead, roll to hit it.
That is an 18.
That is a hit. Roll your damage and double it.
Come on, good roll. That is 8 plus 4, so 12, so 24.
24. You smash your adamantine blade into the iron sphere, making a big crack in it, but not destroying it fully. However, you feel the magnetic field beginning to slightly weaken.
So that was not my second wind. That was my action surge, not my second wind. Action surge is now down to 0 out of 1. And then as my bonus action for this action surge, I'm going to second wind.
Yep, go ahead.
And that is... Oh, God damn it. 6 health back.
6 health back.
Better than nothing.
Yep, better than nothing. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
And my AC at the moment is 17 because I don't have my shield out.
Yep, it is the Beholder's turn. He points his anti-magic sphere towards Onyx.
Yep.
This destroys
Fair.
all 3 of Bobbit's skeletons. They immediately crumple to bones as the anti-magic field hits them. In addition,
fair.
Onyx, the magnetic field of the Iron Sphere is temporarily disabled, and you drop down to the floor. You and your shadow both take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Your shadow dissipates.
Shit.
Okay, that's fair. But
Then,
I look up and grin.
yep. Then Balcourse begins to fly around the room, getting an attack of opportunity from Scorpion Horn.
Skullhorn.
Is a dirty 20.
That is a hit. You may roll the damage.
And it's a 10 for the tail. I'm assuming I choose whichever.
Yep.
Like claw or stinger.
Yep, you can choose whichever attack you like.
So that is 10 points of damage and a constitution save.
Yep. Okay. He passes his con save, but that was some decent damage. The anti-magic field is still pointing towards Onyx, because he can only change it at the start of his turn. And the sphere is inactive. And then he shouts, "You fight like flumps!" And he fires an eye ray at... well, he can't fire it in the direction of Onyx. He fires an eye ray at Ava again.
Ooh,
Fuck you.
stop doing that.
Ava, I need you to please make a DC 16 con save.
Oh, the con saves are one of the worst.
Yay! I got 19 plus 3.
Yep. So you take 20 points of force damage from his
Fuck you.
innovation ray. So you only take
Alright.
half. So you went down from 41 to 20.
What?
You went down from
I'm down to 11.
Yeah, I know, but you know, he was going to deal 41 damage,
Okay.
and you only took half, so... Okay, his turn is done. It is Ava's turn.
Ava's gonna use a bonus action to take a supreme healing potion.
Good
Yep.
thinking.
That's a good idea.
Solid plan.
Which is 10d4 plus 20.
Yep.
So I get 43 hit points back, thankful. Just a sec. Alright, and now I'm going to try and hit with the bow again. So that was only a 12.
That was only a 12. Okay, well, it's better than 0.
Do I still get my extra? I do. I
You
think.
do.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nat 20. So that's a
Nice.
30. Does a 30 hit?
It does.
Oh, no, muddy bitty.
The innocence in that was sickeningly cute.
Innocent minor. It sounded innocent. But there is a, yeah, it sounds innocent, but you know, goddamn, there is a cheesy fucking grin on the end of that.
Anyway. Oh, that was terrible.
You could
How
have
terrible.
inspiration. Oh, wait. No, you can't do inspiration to redo that.
Just say, do I double all of the damage once it's all calculated?
Only the weapon damage.
Oh, well, that one's doubled then. That one's 16.
Yep, 16.
Now I'll do my D4. Oh, that was bad. And my hunter's mark. Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Fuck you, Faye!
That's some fake propaganda bullshit.
That is.
That is fake
That was
propaganda, literally.
terrible. That's 4 1s in a row.
Oh.
Get him out of your system now. Get him out of your system now. Oh dear.
You still have
Alright,
your
well,
next
that's
attack, so it's okay.
Do I?
Well, you fire.
No.
Well, you're firing your bow, so that still counts as you still get an extra attack.
No, I missed the first
Oh yeah, you
one.
missed. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So at the
Although I
end,
could have used an inspiration point. I didn't declare it.
Hmm.
yeah, at
Sorry.
the end
Yeah.
of the turn, the beholder sneers, "What ugly, imperfect creatures you are!" And he fires an eye ray at Scorpion Horn.
Who is
Rude.
directly in front of his
Yeah, actually,
anti-magic.
so no, he can't. So he fires an eye ray at Bobbin. I need.
Yeah, he's still running with disadvantage. It's fine.
Yeah, I need Bobbit to please make a DC 16 strength save.
Okay. And that's 16 exactly.
16
12 plus
exactly.
4, yay. Thank you, Will. Tiger form.
Yep. So you feel him pulling you towards him with his telepathic ray. But you manage to maintain your position. And I also just read that on his turn, when he fires eye ray, he actually fires 3 eye rays. After he hit Ava, he still gets 2 more. So I'm going to roll them now. So he's going to fire one at Sir Lucian. Sir Lucian fails his dex save and takes
Right.
55 points of necrotic damage. He's still up.
No.
And then the third one, he fires at Bobbit. Bobbit, I need you to make a DC 16 dex save, please.
I'm really annoyed with how he knows where I am when I'm still invisible and on the goddamn roof.
Welcome
That's
to my
fine.
fucking life.
Fine.
When I was Reva.
fine.
The thing
Yes,
is,
I feel your pain.
the
Yeah.
thing is, all he has to do is fire a ray in your general vicinity, and your saving throw is what determines whether it hits you. Since he doesn't have an attack roll, it doesn't matter that you're invisible.
Fair enough. Well, that's a 16 exactly.
That's a 16, okay.
I am scraping through by the skin of my ass, but we're getting there.
You take half of this damage. You take
Oh, good.
25 points of force damage.
Ah, well, I guess does that mean I'm not invisible anymore?
No, you're not invisible anymore. But it didn't. Now the skeleton champion could see you.
Yeah, good for him.
And at the end of well, yeah, he already fired. He already did his reaction. So now it is Scorpion Horn's turn.
Well, since this coward ran away from me, I guess the only thing for me to attack is so champion in front of me.
Yes, the champion.
So first multi-attack is 18 plus 4, so 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
That does a measly 3 points of damage, but they
Better
are
than
grappled.
nothing. Yep, he's making his strength save. That is a 14.
Alright, round 2 for the claw is 18.
18. That is unfortunately not a hit, as his AC is now 20 with haste.
Okay, and time for some stinger.
Yep.
That is a natural 20.
Ooh,
That's better.
nice. Roll
Yeah.
and double it.
And that is a d10. That is 8 times 2 is 16 plus 2 is 18.
18. Yep,
And it needs to make a constitution saving throw.
he does, and he makes a Constitution save, and that is a 5.
So he then takes 4d10 of poison damage.
Luckily, he's immune to poison, being a skeleton.
Damn it!
That makes perfect. Of course.
It makes sense, but I was hoping to...
So
Damn your bones.
at the end of your turn, Zinhorn, I need you to please make a DC 16 strength dex save.
Okay. That is 14 plus... that's a dirty 20.
Yep, okay, you are fine. The petrification does not fully take hold this turn, but you are still half petrified.
We should probably do something about that.
At the end of your turn,
So I
Balcourse...
saved the first one and it's still good.
At the end of your turn, Balcourse... actually, he's not going to take a legendary action. He's going to save it. It is now Alice. It is now the skeleton champion's turn, actually.
Yeah.
So he is first going to cast Blinding Smite on you. So he's going to attempt to hit you with his great sword. That is a 21.
Yep, that hits the scorpion.
Okay, so you take 21 points of slashing damage. Actually, no, you don't. I rolled the wrong thing there. You take 14 points of slashing damage, and you take additionally 8 points of radiant damage, and you must make a con save, please.
Con save. 14 plus 4 is 18.
Yep, so you are not rendered blind. He then goes in with his normal multi-attacks. That is a 7, a 12, and a 21.
7, 12, and 21. So only the 21 hits.
Yep, he slams his great sword into you. You take 10 points of slashing damage. It is now
Sorry.
Alisander's turn.
So what was the first round of damage? Just because I...
Oh yeah, the first round of damage was 12 slashing damage.
12, okay.
Okay. Well, I'm currently no longer invisible. Kind of annoying. I really annoyed that I know that transforming into this goddamn Weretiger takes an entire action, because that's going to just be my turn up on this roof, and I'd really like to get down there and help.
It's up to
Meh. So I don't use this damn thing enough. I am going to... Yeah, now that I've actually been spotted and I'm no longer invisible, just going to be annoyed and goes, "Sod it, Bobbit, you're up." And we'll go into Weretiger.
Yep, so you transform into your were form. That is the end of your turn. At the
Annoyingly, but yes.
At the end of your turn, the Beholder
Right.
fires an eye ray at you.
I was
Oh,
going
you
to say,
can
can I move? Like,
yeah.
can I move so I'm like directly above where the Beholder is?
Oh, yep. Which means, yeah, well, if you're directly above him, you're not in the anti-magic field, so he can still try to hit you. So, pew!
Yeah.
Fires an eye ray at you. I need you to make a DC 16 Wisdom save, please.
Oh, why? Why do you do this? I'm going to use an inspiration point
Good idea.
because. Not that one. We'll use this one. That's 15.
15. You fall asleep. As the sleep
Am I
ray
still on the
strikes,
roof?
you fall off the roof, hit the ground, take 10 points of bludgeoning damage,
Well, great.
which
there
then
goes
wakes
my
you,
entire plan.
which then wakes you up.
That's great, but that ruins my whole plan that I was going to have while I was up there.
Yep, but you woke up at least. You're not
Cool.
asleep. It is Onyx's turn.
Onyx is going to run. Oh fuck! It's a wisdom save. God damn it. Is going to run up behind the Beholder.
Yep. Oh wait, you are still. Oh wait, yeah, no, you're not attached to the sphere. It's been
No,
neutralized.
no.
Yep. It's right up
So over
behind the
here?
Beholder. Yep.
Actually, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I would like to actually run around here.
Yep.
So I stay within its zone of influence,
Yep,
so I
and
don't get the attack
flanking it.
opportunity.
Flanking it.
Flanking
Bob
it. I cast Blinding Smite on myself,
Yep. So now you must
and I'm going to
hit him.
hit this motherfucker.
Go ahead.
Because if I can blind him, but I highly doubt it, but all he needs is one shitty roll. That is an unnatural 20.
That's a hit. Roll your damage.
So 3d8. Okay, so I'm going to spend a sorcery point to re-roll my 2 2s.
Yep.
I just realised I've also got to roll my physical damage, but I went for the blinding straight away. Oh god damn it, that was one. So that is 6, 9, 10. So that's 10 radiant damage.
10 radiant damage, very well.
Yeah. I'm going
Plus,
to
how
use
much
my...
was your actual attack?
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Yep.
Great weapon fighting, I re-roll the 1s and 2s. So
Yep.
I'm re-rolling the 1 that I got, which was a 2, motherfucker. 5 plus 4, so that's 9 physical slashing damage.
Lovely.
And then
Have him
blinding...
just above half HP now.
Nice. He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Or be blinded until the spell ends.
He's going to try to make one. Con is plus 4.
Beast.
That is a 6.
He fails!
He's blinded.
Hey,
Is that all of his eye stalks?
Only his main eye, which means that automatic blinded creature can't see, automatically fails any ability checks that requires sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Okay, so the only part of this that applies to him is attack rolls against him have advantage. All of his eye stalks are indeed blinded, but he doesn't need to see you to attack you with them, because they rely on saving throws.
yeah, but
He just has to
does his
fire them.
anti-
His anti-magic field is still active, he just can't see where he's pointing it.
That's fine. We can all get out of the way then.
Yeah.
So this is concentration. I used all my movement to move. I've used my bonus action. I've used my action surge. Yeah, I am going to withdraw my shield.
Yep.
So I pull my shield out and just drop the adamantine sword because,
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
hiding behind my shield.
At the end of your turn, he uses his final legendary action to fire an eye ray at you. Please make a DC 16 dex save.
17.
17, you are fine. You dodge his disintegration ray and take no damage.
Ooh, yeah.
It is Sir Lucian's turn. Sir Lucian, who appears to have spent the last round completely terrified in awe of this beholder, seems to shake himself back into action. He draws his sword and shouts, "It's Sir Lucian to you!" as he charges the beholder and rolls with advantage to hit it. That is a nat 20 on his first hit.
Okay, wow, damn.
So that is going to be D8 plus 10 now. That is, 34 points of damage on that hit. Bringing the beholder, let me work out my maths here, bringing the beholder down to that much hit points. He then makes his second attack, D20 plus 13, that is a 26.
Jesus Christ.
D8 plus 10. He hits it for another 17 points of damage. The beholder's looking a bit beaten, looking quite bloodied at this point. Okay, it is now the beholder's turn. It wants to point its anti-magic field at Bobbit. I'm going to make it roll a wisdom save to be able to see if it knows how to point it in the correct direction or not.
Rod.
Because it is blinded. That is a 9, so it points its anti-magic field right at Sir Lucian instead.
Yeah.
All it takes is a bad roll.
Yep. And then it lets loose with its eye rays. The first one at Onyx. Onyx, please make a DC 16 dex save.
Oh, this dice's luck is going to run out soon. That's an 18.
That's an 18. You take half of the damage from his Innovation Ray, so that is 20 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, so that brings me down to that. Did I take War Mage? Is that what I took?
Warcaster?
Yeah, Warcaster. I think I...
Yeah, I think you did. I'm pretty sure you said you did. Unless I'm thinking of someone else.
I never fucking wrote it down, which is what's annoying me, so I don't know what I did take. Oh no, I took Tough, so I didn't, so that's just a normal Constitution save.
You will pay for blinding me, two-eyed one! reach out
Well,
to
I
the
got
holder.
a 19 on my constitution, which beats the save, so
Yep,
I still have concentration.
yep. He fires another eye ray at you. Roll. I need you to make a DC 16 dex save again.
For fuck's sake.
I believe in you.
That's a 14.
That's a
I don't-
14. You take...
Inspiration.
Inspiration, please.
Alright, go ahead, roll.
Or is it too late?
Oh, you didn't declare
too
it,
late-
so yeah.
Uh,
You take
I didn't declare? Okay.
68 points of necrotic damage.
I'm
on this
down.
death ray. Okay,
Oh, dead.
you die. You
I'm
die,
dead.
Oh,
hit the
What
ground, and
no,
as
you
you
use
die...
one of your gods.
Yeah, as
You die more than anyone else.
As your
Yeah.
consciousness begins to fade away, as your body is taken over by overwhelming pain, you hear Wongo screaming, "Avenge me! Make might right!" And you are now on 1 HP.
Woo. And
He is-
he's not blinded anymore.
He is not blinded, but it's too late for him to shift his anti-magic field. He fires another eye ray at Bobbit. Bobbit, I need you to please make a DC 16 dex save.
Okay. Come on. That's a 17.
17. You avoid being petrified by his petrification ray, but your skin begins to grow stony grey. You are restrained as petrification starts to gradually set in.
Ow!
It is Ava's turn.
How do we cure this?
Greater restoration.
Shit.
Alright, I'm gonna go in for some hand-to-hand.
Yep, you rush up, you get advantage on him because he's flanked, not because he's
sweet.
blinded.
That is 14 plus 9.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Okay. Plus. Right. Brain not work. And he's still got the hunter's mark on him.
He does still have the hunter's mark on him.
Okay, so that was the first one.
Yep. Let me see. That is 10,
It wasn't.
13. Nice. Nice for the...
It wasn't great.
It's still better
Better
than
than nothing.
13.
Alright, now the offhand.
Yep, go ahead with the offhand.
And that is 27.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Yeah. And
9. That's...
mark.
Yep. So 12 altogether. Okay.
And last attack.
You slam your sword into one of his eyes. He shrieks in pain. He looks like he's struggling to hang on. So make your final attack.
And that is an 18.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Okay. So regular. Poison.
Damage. So 10.
And Hunter's Mark.
Ooh. He shrieks, but rather than anger, you sense, could it be terror in his voice as you slash another of his eye stalks off with your sword. At the end of his turn, he takes a reaction. Pew! Fires an eye stalk right at Ava. I need Ava to please make a DC 16 con save.
And that was a 18.
18. You avoid the effects of his paralyzing ray.
Or an 18, sorry.
Yes. It is now Zinhorn's turn.
Zinhorn is going to drop Scorpion form
Yep.
and then cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Ooh, probably a good idea.
A quick question: if he drops the scorpion form, does the petrification go away from
No,
the?
it's still there. Still there.
Shit. Sorry, I tried.
Let's roll. That is 6 and 5 and 5, so that is 16 plus 5 is 21 points of healing for everybody.
Ah, much
Yay.
needed.
Thank you.
How much is that, sorry?
21
points
for
of healing
everyone.
to everybody.
Thank you.
At the end
My
of your
headset cut out.
at the end of your turn, Zinhorn, I need you to make a DC 16 Dex save.
That is a 17 plus 6. Thank goodness I have some.
You stave off the petrification. At the end of your turn, the beholder shoots an eye beam at you. Pew! I need you to make a DC 16 Dex save, please.
Why do you do this?
Is a 16 plus 6.
16 plus 6, okay. You take half of the damage that he deals out. That is 22 points of necrotic damage from his Innovation Ray. It is now the Skeleton Champion's turn. For his first move, he's going to use Branding Smite. He swings his greatsword at you, Zinhorn. That is a 23.
AC's back up to 24.
Yep, so he's unable to hit you, wasting his Branding Smite.
Good.
He laughs, I'm gonna get you! As he reaches for his greatsword and goes in. That is a 20, a 21, and a nat 20. So only one hits.
Bugger.
So you
Oh, isn't
take
that funny?
36 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
I'm glad I used that healing.
It is now Alisander's turn.
Okay, so what can I do while I'm restrained?
You can't move unless you make an acrobatics or athletics check. Attack rolls have disadvantage, and that's it.
Okay, well, I've noticed that the anti-magic ray is not pointed at me,
No, it is not.
and I just saw Onyx go down. So Boba is going to pull out her wand of magic missiles, point it directly at him and go, "You need to stop hurting my friends now," and fire a 6th level magic missile directly into him.
Yep. Pew, 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 pew. Go ahead, roll all the damage.
11d4 plus 11. Come on, big whammies. 40 points of force damage.
40 points of force damage. Want to know how much HP the Beholder had left?
39.
39?
29!
Fuck him.
You blast him with your magic missiles. They slam into him, each into a different eyeball. He opens his mouth and tries to shout curses as each of them hit him. Bang, bang, bang! Magic missiles continue blasting into him, reducing him into an inert mass of writhing tentacles. He hits the ground with a scream and dies. There's only the Skeleton Champion left.
I was going to say, as gaze upon the mass that's there as a... because technically I still have a bonus action or
Yes,
a
you do.
free action to talk. Bobat's going to pull out Blinky, point to the mass and goes, "Din dins, Blinky."
Blinky just smiles and zooms towards the dying Beholder, her mouth open wide.
Well, that's all I can do.
Yep, it is the
Actually,
end.
wait, no, it's
Yep,
not.
No, it's not. You can run towards
'Cause-
Skeleton Champion if you want.
No, because I'm in my Were-Tiger form.
Yes,
I
you
still
are.
have another... Okay, well,
You
I'm
have an
obviously going to
extra
have to do
attack.
some acrobatics to move, or...
Yep.
Are we now released because it's dead, or?
No,
So
the
yes,
petrification.
petrification...
Yeah, the petrification is over. So you don't
Oh.
need an acrobatics.
Oh,
You can just
good.
run straight
Oh,
up
good.
to it.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
You charge
And
straight for the skeleton
because I've gone more than
champion.
20, I was going to say, and it's because I've gone more than 20 feet?
Yep.
Where's the dim? Yeah, because I've gone more than 15 feet straight towards a creature, I'm going to try and see if I can use a pounce on him.
Yep.
Zinhorn's just looking as he sees it's a weird target coming over. Just a big grin comes on his face.
Oh, you get a smart roll, because that's a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
Obliterates the goddamn beholder and then just sprints straight at this thing. So that's going to be a melee attack, so it's going to be with my staff. Because I have that back,
Yep.
Thank God I missed you. Where are we at, Mr. Stuffy Stuff? It's going to be 6 plus... Yeah, it's going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing just swings into the side of him.
Plus you get an extra attack if you pounced.
Yes, I do. Actually, no, the target has to first make a DC... what does it say for pounce? DC is going to be 16.
His save was 14, so you pin him to the ground.
Okay, now what the hell is my damage for biting him? That's a good question. I don't think I have that.
Let me look that up. Let me look up what the weird
He's a
type.
D10.
Attack rolls for the natural weapons are based on strength.
Bite is a... Okay, so yeah, it's based on strength to hit him, but the damage for your bite is 1d10 plus 3.
Oh, good. And... Well, fuck me, I like this dice. That's another nat 20.
Oh, nice.
I'm terrified now.
So 1d10 plus 3 doubled.
Oh, good lord. That is... you said 1d10 plus 3, so that's 8 times 2, so that's 16 points as I basically try to rip his stupid key-shaped head off his shoulders.
He's gonna make a con save. That is a 9. He contracts lycanthropy from your bite.
No, fuck you. But it's a skeleton, how can you even do that?
If he was not a skeleton, he contracts it. Luck, I was just gonna say, but because he's a skeleton, doesn't do it.
He doesn't get shit.
Yeah, so he's fine. He doesn't get it. And
so he's still not prone, though.
He's still knocked prone. He struggles. Get off me! Up! And it is the end.
It says nothing and just growls at him.
Growls at him. It is the end of Bobbit's turn. It is Onyx's turn.
Onyx is just from where he is going to cast a 2nd level magic missile at him. So that's 5d4.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my 5th one? I know I have you. There you are. That is 3, 5, 7, 9, 12 points of damage.
Oh, nice. It is now Sir Lucian's turn. Sir Lucian, gripping his sword, shouts, "I don't think you heard me! That is Sir Lucian Scuttlebutt!" And he runs towards the skeleton champion, rolls to hit, rolls a nat 20.
Fucking hell!
Deals 38 points of damage to the skeleton champion.
Oh.
And crushes him beneath his sword. The skeleton champion shouts, "We shall meet again! One last time!" As his body fades. Yep.
As he fades away, Bobbit just yells at him, going, "Bobbit doesn't care!"
As his body fades away into dust, leaving behind the key-shaped skull. So Lucian sheaths his sword. He looks over at you, Bobbit. He says, "Let that tell you that the Scuttlebutt's name is one that would be a privilege to adorn anyone's birth certificate."
Bob just gives him a really hard pat in the back and goes, "Bobbit's proud of you. You're getting better. And you didn't die this time." "Oh, right. Onyx, are you okay?"
Yes!
"Which god did you lose?"
The only one I had.
which is Wongo.
Oh yeah, that guy was a jerk.
Oh god, we need to strategize more.
We hey, that
Oh,
went
had
better than
fun.
I expected.
He knows what happens when plans happen. Xenon just runs in the other direction.
What I was gonna say? What did we learn today? No plan
Well, then we-
survives the initial contact.
We plan around your inaction to plan.
What's that? We understand that you've made a plan, so we shall plan around your plan, and you shall in turn plan around the plan that we plan around your plan.
I feel that perhaps we need some more fitting music, considering you guys actually won that fight. So here is some.
How's Blinky? Oh, please, yeah, happy
Oh,
victory.
I don't want to be that dick, but is the iron ball suddenly active again?
Nope. When the beholder
God.
died, the enchantment on the iron ball deactivated. The iron ball detaches from its spot on the roof, falls and lands with a great thump as it tears into the stone floor, sending cracks across the room.
Onyx grabs his adamantine sword and just keeps whacking it until it's broken.
Whack, 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 and smash! You cleave the ball in two, and then with another great swing, smash it into pieces.
Xenon's going around the room looking at the alcoves.
Yes.
Yeah. Once I've done that, then I'm also going to.
Yeah.
Bell
You go
force.
one way, I'll go the other one.
Actually, no. You guys, you guys do that. Bobbitt's gonna check and see how Blinky's holding up.
Yeah. Belcor's the Beholder is dead. And as you move over to take a look at him, Bobbit, you see Blinky already having eaten away one of the eye stalks, looking up at you, smiling, her own eye stalks jiggling with pleasure as she smiles, baring her blood-stained teeth, and moves on to the main eye, lifting up the great eyelid and pulling it over herself, becoming nothing more than a moving, gyrating bulge underneath the beholder's folds of skin, feasting upon the main eye.
Imagine Bobbit just kind of sticks her finger in the goop and tries it for 5 seconds, like, yeah, no wonder Bobbit didn't try to eat you.
Is all the mold? Sorry.
As you look around, As you look around, the purple mold begins to shrivel and die away until it is reduced to nothing more than a fine purple dust.
Yay.
Neat.
In the alcoves, you find 5,000 GP,
Ooh.
a clay chameleon statuette covered in crystal beads that changes colours. It is worth 250 GP.
Please tell me people are counting this all up.
Hold on.
5,000.
5,000.
Yep.
What was
Clay-
this chameleon?
A clay chameleon statuette covered in crystal beads that changes colours, 250 GP. A gold coronet shaped like an octopus with mother of pearl eyes. It is worth 1,000 GP.
Damn!
What appears to be a single tiny black sphere emanating strange magical powers. You may make an Arcana check.
Okay.
That is a 21.
Never
It
mind.
is a single bead of force. This small
Bead of
black
force.
sphere measures 3/4 of an inch in diameter and weighs an ounce. You can use an action to throw the bead up to 60 feet. The bead explodes on impact and is destroyed. Each creature within a 10-foot radius of where the bead landed must succeed on a DC 15 Dex save or take 5d4 force damage. A sphere of translucent force then encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed the save is trapped within the sphere and cannot escape it.
Oh wow. Okay, that's.
That's some power.
In addition, I would like someone to please roll a d20.
I can do that. That's a 17.
A 17. The last item you find in the alcoves is what appears to be... Let me just see if that actually appears, or I have to look it up. No, it is what appears to be a lantern, handheld, but covered in bizarre, occult-looking carvings. please make an Arcana check to identify it.
Can I step back so I get my regular?
Yep.
Was it 21?
21.
25.
It is a ghost lantern. A rare, wondrous item, requires attunement. A restless spirit is trapped inside this lantern. While holding the lantern, you can command the spirit as a bonus action to shed light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. While holding the item, you can use an action to order the spirit to leave the lantern and duplicate the effects of the Mage Hand spell. If you fall unconscious within 10 feet of the lantern, the spirit emerges from it, magically stabilizes you with a touch, and then returns to the lantern. The spirit is bound to the lantern and can't be harmed, turned, or raised from the dead. In addition, you may spend an action once per day to cause the spirit within the lantern to cast a Dispel Good and Evil spell.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ritzy.
And a Dispel Good and Evil spell will surround and protect you from Fae, undead, and creatures originating from beyond the material plane for 1 minute, not allowing them to harm you or touch you.
That's going to be useful.
So...
Is Asarak technically not from the material plane?
Well, he's from a material plane, not this one. He's from Oith. That's the land of Greyhawk. It's called Oith. You know, like a new
sorry, I thought
person saying
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I just thought like you like cat jumped up or something. You went oi.
No, it's Oith.
As a funny accent of Oith.
As in a New Yorker pronouncing the word Earth. Oith.
That's all I thought.
But more importantly, Asarak as a lich is an undead.
Ooh,
that's
got
interesting.
some power.
I was looking for something to swap out my Orb of Seeing. It has proven itself that I need to keep it.
I've taken the beta 4, so you're most welcome to take this.
I'm kind of good with my current tuned items.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Okay. So
somebody has to take this.
So Sir
Maybe-
Lucian will take it if no one else wants to take it.
Yeah, either he can take it or I'll take it just before we get to the final fight and attune to it before the final fight.
Very well. So no one will attune to it at the moment.
Yeah.
This day, but it's
I'll take it. So what's it called?
Ghost Land.
Ghost Nathan.
I will
Yeah,
send
more
you-
friends.
I will send you the thing because I have slightly altered it, so I'll send you the stat block for it later.
Okay, yep, no problem, thank you.
Okay, and with that, you all level up to 10th level.
Yay!
As you
well,
have,
8 and 2.
yeah, as you have completed level 3
Jeez.
of the Tomb of Annihilation, the Vault
Oh, thank
of
God.
Reflection.
Screw this level.
Next time, we press on further to level 4, the Chambers of Horror.
Oh, fuck off.
Of course it is.
Oh,
So you
there's-
said chamber, I'm like, oh, I would be really happy if that was
Secrets
like
is the Chamber
oh,
of Secrets?
God.
We knew that.
Yeah, mine could have been the Chamber of Secrets. That's much more fun. I don't know why. Why?
And with that, this week's episode concludes. Thank you to everyone who joined us today to see the party's desperate victory there against Belcourse the Beholder. We hope you'll join us again next week as they press further into the tomb and reach level 4, the second last level of the dungeon, and see what horrors are there, befitting its name. We'll be back.
All of them.
We'll be back tomorrow for some Call of Cthulhu. But until then, when you see the invisible beholder, make sure you strategize.
I'm so glad that I can strategize again now.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.